Yeah, I had to get everything squared away. But everything should be fine now.
You had to beat it with a stick.
Sorry. Oh. No. There. Good. Oops. One spot almost. Oh, I remember this time. Hello everyone, I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbidian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and we're having another episode tonight of Blood and Honor, Steel Beneath Frost. And let us get right underway. Dear listeners, once again fate calls us to a new journey, and our brave samurai heed its summons in the shadow of Date's ambitions. Matsuro and Yeiko, with sharp minds and sharper blades, uncovered much within the dark corners of Mutsu. Together they exposed the twisted scheme of Date's court and outwitted the vile Asakura Hosho, a man so blinded by his own malice that they fell for Yeiko's cunning trap. His rage was his undoing, and by Matsuro's swift hand, he met the fate he deserved. But even as they spared the innocent monks from an ancient ritual of sacrifice, the guards of Mutsu turned their spears against our heroes. Rather than face overwhelming odds in honorable combat, Matsuro and Yeiko chose survival over death, fleeing northward with secrets in hand. Now they set their sights on a new horizon, the snow-capped mountains and valleys of Echigo province, where another storm brews. Usagi Kenshin, the warlord of Echigo, commands an army of proud samurai, and it is here the warrior poet Takahashi roams, testing their mettle and seeking allies for the growing conflict. But as the winds shift, so too do the fortunes of our travelers. Matsuro, bound by honor and loyalty, will join Yeiko and Ichigo to aid Takahashi. Together, the three will face new challenges as the trials of the sword and the whispers of intrigue swirl ever closer. The samurai of Ichigo are fierce and proud, and Usagi Kenshin's court is a den of secrets and ambition. Will our warriors uncover the truth behind Kenshin's intentions? Or will they be swept away by the currents of fate as tragedy looms on the horizon? Dear listeners, as the snow begins to fall in the province of Echigo high up, we are reminded that even the strongest can bend beneath the weight of honor and duty. Let us follow Matsuro, Yeiko, and Takahashi as they step into the heart of autumn, where the sword glimmers and the ink of poetry spills like blood upon the page. Shall we begin? And I will note you're at 8 honor. You're below your normal high amount, starting amount, so be careful, folks.
Dear, what happened? Yeah, fill me in if you can from
I
last
just
time.
did.
What happened? No, from the player's perspective.
Well, before they do that, you, dear Ryosuke, are ignorant of their dishonor. And they will
So I am.
They will inform you after a bit of time passes. As you come out of Dewa, traveling by the main road, one imagines, as that is the... unless you're trying to sneak your way into the province by the mountains into...
No, of course not. I'll, cloak myself in a nice long cloak, considering it's, becoming autumn, so I'm guessing it's a bit colder. And one of those long straw hats, trying to obscure as much as I can the sword, which will be, somewhere on my back while I'm traveling, I guess.
I will ask you for a cunning roll, as you're trying to outwit some of the border guards that would be watching the borders between Ichigo and Dewa.
Alright, well, into the fray we go.
And I'll gather up my dice while you're gathering up yours.
So I start with 2. Let me get the cheat sheet. Nothing from the Giri. Clan Virtue of Wisdom would apply here, would you say?
I don't believe you're uncovering the truth of any particular matter.
But we are trying to inform ourselves more of what's going on with our enemy. There is wisdom and knowledge.
What does that have to do with you disguising yourself?
Fine. My name does not apply here, neither does the clan's name. Aspect. Aspect of even a thief must learn his trade, where if I pose as some sort of craftsman or something along those lines, I could maybe pass easier.
You could do that, yeah, as you're disguising yourself as a tradesperson.
Would this involve any craftsmanship of my disguise? As in, would I get 3 dice from the aspect?
I would say yes, because you could craft your own disguise. That makes sense.
Sure. Can't invoke any glory here, not that it would apply. I'll roll 5 dice, no wagers.
Just so you know, I have... Oh, computer? Let's see. They're just guards, so they don't get a ton of dice. They are doing their job. It's cunning. The person who's sending them isn't terribly cunning, I don't think. I have 5 dice total.
Alright. We're rolling the same, right?
You're gonna just roll flat?
Yeah.
I think they're gonna roll flat as well. I don't think these guys are... I don't think their daimyo's dangerous.
17. Could have been worse. Oh my god.
We roll again.
Ooh.
We roll again. Oh lord.
It would seem you have lost privilege here, Takahashi.
It would seem so indeed.
So yeah, you make your best attempt to craft a decent craftsman disguise, and you have some benefit to the fact that you have a loyal following of people. The people of Dewa have no great reason to fear the samurai of Kenzo. However, you are still a well-renowned warrior poet, and tales of your swordsmanship have spread, and even the Ashigaru of Ichigo have a pretty good idea of your face to begin with. And to their suspicion, they see someone who kind of looks like the famous warrior poet, Ryosuke Takahashi, but which makes them want to search your things. And they kind of stop you as you're kind of walking along in the pass. There's like a trickle of people. It's autumn, so there are some people traveling between your two provinces, but there's not a distinct trade agreement between you. So, but travelers do come this way. So the Ashigar kind of step into your way and say, "Stop there. What's in your bundles there? Open it up."
I'll show them my, I wouldn't say I have a backpack, like a knapsack on my back with, like, I don't know, food, water, kinds of supplies like those.
No, that long thing there, wrapped in cloaks.
It is my sword, good sir.
Why does a craftsman need a sword? And yes, the Ashigaru kind of they bring their spears to bear.
Dewa province is dangerous. Bandits used to lurk the roads until at least a month ago. Can't be ever too cautious, right? Nobody ever did fault me for carrying a wakizashi, especially when I downed that bandit.
Show us your sword.
I'll show them in the hilt. I'll pull it out and show them in while it's in the scabbard. Tis just a sword.
So why are you dressed as a craftsman?
I am one.
I will caution you, it would be very unusual for a craftsperson to be armed. If you're of the Bushi class, you'd be armed, but everyone else is expected not to be.
Then how about I say this? I stole it off the bandit that I killed. I had a Yari before, but it turned out to be far too long and far too complex to carry around. This seemed more simple. I trained myself by slicing wood in the forest with it. It's a bit dull, but it gets the job done.
Give me another cunning roll. I was gonna call for courage, but courage isn't really the issue. You could, in theory, just kill these guys, but you're trying to outsnark them a bit and try to get them to let you by, because they're very close to just seizing your sword from you.
Okay, well, aspect can't help me here. A merry companion is as good as a horse because, I did try to joke around, but I stole it off that guy. Yeah, I was slicing around a bit in the woods, you know how it is. Had a spear before, too long.
I would say you fell into your compel there, but you're joking about it's very serious.
But I do gain 3 bonus dice when I'm using humor in a delicate situation.
I'll give it to you.
Fair. 5 again in that case.
I'm gonna wager 1. I'm actually gonna wait. Actually, I'll see how much you're wagering, because I just realized who Kenshin is by looking him up in the book.
Sugi Kenshin.
Oh, he is a dangerous daimyo.
Goodness,
Which
golly me.
Yeiko and Matsuro know what that means.
Then here you go, take an honor point. I'll take 4 additional dice. And then I'll wager 2.
Wager 2. I'll match your 2 wagers. So
Okay, I'm rolling 7.
I'm rolling 3.
Could have been worse.
You have privilege.
He believes my story. For the privilege, for 1 additional dice, or 1 additional wager, he also is perhaps slightly intimidated that someone who is perhaps an ordinary peasant managed to best someone who is a ronin with a katana. And for an additional wager, let's just say they'll be like, okay, just don't cause any trouble and just pass along, please.
That last one would be against their truth.
Is that so?
There's something that's actually, you know what? These are border guys. No, I'll let that go. They're not samurai. They're not quite that brave. I'll note to you that that some samurai probably would a samurai might have given you more trouble, but these Bushi are unwilling to tangle with you.
I'll nod with my straw hat at them and proceed to the first village, which is right around the corner, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, you arrive at a coastal village that's along the main trade road that stretches along the coast of Ichigo. And there are people in autumn. There are not as many people fishing, but there's still time to harvest and time to fish for new fish. Trying to get what they can before winter starts in earnest. And you notice that there are quite a few crafters plying their trade here. Woodworking mainly, shells, things like that. People eye you for the stranger that you are, but you know they don't know that you're armed because I imagine you're not.
I'm not carrying the katana open. No, sir. No.
Yeah.
It's
But-
wrapped tight in that bundle.
They do look odd, so there are some murmurs about you, but no one's willing to fight you over it.
In that case, I'll head over to the nearest inn, so to speak. See if I can approach the innkeeper, ask for a warm bed, and perhaps something warm to eat as well. It's been a long road.
You're able to secure yourself a bit of food, very simple rice. Actually, mainly, I take that back. That's a little too far ahead. No, I'm right. Some rice, some fish, a bit of tea. It's not. It looks rather humble when presented to you, but when you sit down to it while you're sitting at the counter and it's laid out for you, it actually looks pretty darn good. Like, you've been in villages before and seen, but this is pretty high quality food.
Okay. While I'm in the tavern, I'd like to have a look around to see what people are chatting about.
Give me a wisdom roll.
Oh no, it's my weakness. Alright, let's see. Geary does not apply. Virtue of wisdom, clan virtue.
Yes.
Yes. My name, to clear or to help / assist.
I'll take that.
Okay, that's 2 or 3 actually. Wow. Oh no, sorry, that's 2. Just my name. Aspect of even a thief must learn his trade, where these people are just, regular ordinary craftsmen, no?
No.
American Penny is as good as a horse.
Nothing delicate, you're in a tavern.
That is true. Alright. No aspect, no equipment, no honor, no glory.
You spent it on earlier.
I'm rolling 3 dice. Do I still have that bonus wager from the Bushido temple? From the Buddhist temple?
Let's see, for summer.
I didn't use the one for summer, if I'm not mistaken.
There's one wisdom wager.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're in autumn now. Like, the bonus from
yeah.
summer is going into autumn, yeah. So the blessing has been used. Prowess wager hasn't been used. Wisdom wager hasn't been used. Meditation point hasn't been used. I'll note meditation point basically just gives you a free 10. You just succeed. It's not great for opposed rolls, but it's good when you're like, I don't want to miss a roll. I just want to.
We'll do that then. I'll use the meditation point. Screw the dice.
Okay. You spend the meditation point. That is gone. You have privilege.
Let's see. There are a lot of people here at this tavern. I wouldn't say lamenting, but perhaps, they look somewhat unhappy because of the high taxes being applied by their lord. And it's not actually the taxes that bother them as much, but it's the people who come to collect the taxes that bother them. They seem to be more like roaming army of collectors than they are, or roaming army of thieves than they are actual feudal collectors.
Just so, a group of samurai, well, samurai and some of their Ashigaru guards, walk in and start harassing some of the people for coin, as it seems that they're going around chasing down some of the fishermen and farmers. Rather than waiting for them at their homes, the samurai's coming around asking people for their taxes, or why they haven't shown up. Why aren't you at your farm? If you have so much time to drink and be merry, you have time to pay your lord, that sort of thing.
Okay, these samurai, they bear the royal insignia of, well, Usugi Kenshin, right? Or rather, the symbol of his clan. Or are they more of a motley crew?
None of them are bearing his mon directly. As thieves, as you describe them as thieves and toughs, they're not ones to wear their lord's banner quite so openly. But one of them is a samurai. The rest are just some guards, some toughs.
I'll wait for them to clear out. Then I'll come over to the innkeeper. You know, like I'm paying my bill.
Oh, they're gonna keep going till they get to you. They're bothering everybody in here.
Oh, in that case, I will calmly sip my tea until they come to me.
You there, you there, outsider.
Raise my head. Yes?
Time to pay your road tax.
Road tax?
Drinking tax, too.
Didn't know there was one.
I'm telling you there is one, outsider. There's some
And if I
chuckles
just-
among the thugs, and some of the room just kind of, they put their heads around and kind of look away, like they're really scared of these guys.
And if I were to pack up and leave, gentlemen?
Are you trying to escape from taxes?
No, you're absolutely right. Here, I left my bag outside. Would you follow me, please? I'll pay you outside.
Give me a courage roll. As you are faced with a samurai and his goons, you're outnumbered, and your bag's outside. So maintaining a stoic face is to your benefit here.
Of course. Let's see. Geary does not apply. For none of these, Geary applies. I'm just gonna skip Geary from now on. Clan Virtue of Wisdom doesn't really apply here either, I think. No. My name to clear or to help or assist? I don't think so either. Nor the clan's name. An aspect of a merry companion is as good as a horse.
I don't think you're using humor here to get them to come outside.
That is very true. Okay, then. In that case, warrior poet reputation?
Yes.
Okay, that's one more die. Okay. Can I tag their aspect of dangerous?
Only if you thought that made it less likely for them to do what they're doing. Or more likely to... I'll give it to you because you getting them to go outside, they kind of want to do that. Because if they're going to kill you, it's easier to kill you while you're outside so they don't bump into stuff.
Okay, sure. So tag their aspect of dangerous, and well, can't get anything from my sword because I don't have it with me. So I'll be rolling for 2 plus 2, I think 4.
I'm gonna check their
Love
dice
it.
pool.
And warrior poet makes it 5.
Find them. Where are you, buddy? This guy actually has a name. You don't know it yet, but I'm supposed to know. I know he has at least that many dice because courage is not his high stat, lowest stat either. I'm just checking if his name matters. Does his job matter? Not really. If gear that helps him with this? Not really. Aspect does kick in for him. I'm at 6 dice so far. I'm just checking his name. See if it matters. It does. I'm at 7 dice. To your 5, I believe?
To my 5, yeah.
Are you wagering?
I have a feeling if I do, I will lose, so I will give you an honor point to increase by 4. And I will also wager 2 in that case.
So you're wagering 2, which brings you to 7. He's going to wager 2, 3, 4. He's only rolling 3 dice.
Okay. That could have been a horrible roll. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, you have privilege. They can go outside with you if you want.
They'll go outside with me, and I'll spend the 2 on glory.
Okay. So you go out into the open, chilly street, main thoroughfare of the village. The samurai, along with their goons, stands there with you.
I'll
Hey,
reach into my bundle, and like, oh, sorry, fellas, I must have left the cash around here somewhere. And I'll, grab the bundle that contains the sword and just, turn to face them at a relatively solid distance if I can. Drop the bundle and keep the sword in my hand, in the scabbard still.
Strike when they see the sword.
They'll strike.
Yep.
In that case, I'll parry while it's still in the scabbard.
Yeah. I'll consider you on guard, and you're not surprised at all. So you. That means I don't get, because you're on guard, because you did grab your sword and you're ready to defend yourself. That means they don't get +2 to their dice pool. This guy gets it's prowess, opposed.
Prowess roll.
Yep. This guy's at 9 dice.
Magiri Vijimbo?
I think so.
Sure.
I think the problem I'm having, I'm going to look up in the book though. The problem I'm having is I don't know who you're defending other than yourself.
People of this town.
If these were your people, I'd take it. But these are someone else's citizens.
In that case, no. All right. Clan name of 3 swords.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an additional 2 dice. No aspects to compel here, so 4 plus 2 is 6. Reputation of warrior poet.
Yeah.
Bonus dice for quality equipment. My ancient sword gives me 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at 8.
Oh, I'm sorry. I corrected myself. He's at 10. I forgot what his gear was. Wait. My bad. Sorry.
My name to help or assist.
Yeah, you are trying to assist the people here. These are thugs bullying
So
people.
I'm at 9. Can't invoke any of my aspects really, I think. Okay. In that case, another glory goes away.
You mean honor?
Sorry, another honor goes away.
Ooh,
So I'm
okay.
at 9 plus 4, 13.
13.
Wagering 3.
2, 3. They will wager.
Sorry guys about the honor
1,
spends. These are
2,
do or die situations.
3,
No worries.
4. So I'm rolling 6.
Alright, I'm rolling 10. Good enough. Very good enough.
You have privilege?
Well, sword still in scabbard. I'll parry the samurai's first strike, with the scabbard by pushing it away.
Okay.
I'm not pulling the sword out. I want to smack him around the face with the scabbard. With the sword still in the scabbard. It's still heavy, but I don't want to kill. I just want to harm him physically. The same I'll try and do with the rest of his guards. Try and give him a beatdown with the actual scabbard, not the sword itself.
You can spend 1 to injure him and do a level 1 injury tag, basically bruised, as you kind of bruise him in the face.
Yeah, I want to break his nose with the hilt, maybe
As for his guards, you're fighting him at the moment. You're not in mass murder yet.
Okay. In that case, for an additional wager, he'll fall down from the brutality of the strike of the scabbard.
Mm-hmm.
Back on his ass, and for another wager, his sword falls away from his hand.
His sword is too high quality. You need at least 2 to knock it away from him.
Is that so? In that case, for an additional wager, can I inflict an injury on his sword-holding hand?
You can increase
With-
the injury to 2, yeah?
Yeah, with the scabbard, I'll also give him a smack across the hand, so it leaves a big red mark, maybe a fracture, maybe.
As you knock him over, you hit him and you're knocking him over and you're about to break his hand pretty severely. One of his guards jumps in and shoves you off.
I'll, stand at a distance in a stance and just quickly flash some steel. Just, quickly pull it out of the scabbard and drop it in again. And I'll say, don't do it.
Gah! And he gets off the floor and charges after you as you realize that you're facing the enemy General Yojimbo. That was one of his bodyguards who just took an injury for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's
Here we
kind of
go
mad
again,
that you
then.
made him look bad. Because that was kind of embarrassing. Even though his bodyguard saved him, his bodyguard had to save him from some random outsider dressed up like a craftsman with a sword that looks way too nice for him.
And he didn't even strike him with the blade, he struck him with the scabbard.
Yeah. Yeah,
How about that?
For his honor's sake, he has to keep fighting you. So,
So how about his injury? Yes.
his guardsman took it. It
Oh,
zeroed
both
out
of
the
them.
injury.
He took both of them.
His gear is 2, so the level 2 injury was negated.
Oh, look at that. What a nice guy you are. All
Yeah,
right.
he can only do that one more time though. So I'll note that you have your bodyguard, like you have a guard nearby, a buddy nearby.
A traveling buddy, yeah.
Who's like, he's kind of staying out of the way as you're fighting, but he's getting ready to jump in case a lethal blow hits your way.
Okay. In that case, I'll try and collect my dice. Again, Geary again does not apply here. Clan Virtue of Wisdom does not apply here. Does it, actually?
I don't know if you're getting to the truth of any particular matter.
Fair enough. Clan name of 3 swords.
Yeah, oh yeah.
2 dice. My name of help and assist, that's an additional die if I recall correctly. It's 7 now. No aspect may be tagged here. Glory of Warrior Poet.
Yes.
Okay, that's an additional 1, so I'm at 8, plus 3 from my sword. I'm at 11. Can I tag any of his aspects?
He's not injured. Dangerous would not help you here.
Dangerous would not help me. Is he perhaps cunning?
He is dangerous.
He is dangerous. Okay.
He's as dangerous as you are ambitious.
That's fair. Alright, I'm gonna roll the 11 and wagering 2.
You're wagering 2. He will wager 1, 2, 3, 4.
Big boy. $34.
6. You have privilege.
I'll slap him away again with the scabbard, still not pulling it out, so like, you know, he goes at me with the katana, steel flash. I'll quickly dodge right, scraping his blade with my scabbard as I approach his other side, and like with a training sword, smack him across the face.
So far you're doing a level 1 injury from your privilege. Are you increasing the injury?
Spending 2 to knock his sword away from him.
So he'll have a level 1 injury tag. He won't use his guard to save him from that. That will knock the sword away from him because it is a high quality sword. So he kind of stumbles and turns to look at you as the sword skitters away into the alleyway. His guard kind of standing and ready to fight you, but the guy kind of waves him off. He grits his teeth and grimaces at you.
From beneath the shadow of my straw hat, I will say, leave before I decide to draw blood.
I will call this beauty. You're trying to spare this man's life because you get the feeling you probably could kill him. You're trying to convince him that he's better off living with his disgrace than dying in honor.
I'm sure he'll come back even more pissed off than he is right now, but he gets to keep his life for now. Geary applies here, perhaps. I'm trying to get him to leave. Well, it's not my people. You said.
Yeah, he's not one of your guys. He's your rival.
Virtue, clan virtue does not apply here again. Clan name. 3 swords, 3 wisdoms, 3 healths. No.
No.
My name to help or
you are
assist
trying to help him. Yeah.
Okay, that's 1 dice. Aspect of. Even a thief must learn his trade. I don't want to kill his Ashigaru because they seem to be, working.
They're bushi. They're not craftspeople.
Oh, they're bushi. Interesting. 2 dice for tagging his aspect of dangerous.
That makes him more likely to fight you, not less.
Tag him for injury.
Yeah, that gets you some dice.
2 additional dice.
Yep.
Okay, so that brings me up to 6 and
for an injury. Hold on.
2 dice for tagging an opponent's aspect of.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Oh, that's why. Yep.
And warrior poet.
Yes.
Alright, let me get this. So 1 plus 2 plus 1. 7 dice.
Let me find out his dice pool. So far, it's 5. But I'm just seeing if injury pulls from his dice pool or not.
For physical, maybe, yeah, but not for... That's how it always is with storyteller, right? You take away from physical, but not from mental aptitudes.
You may tag any injuries character has for bonus dice. Oh, it's a physical risk. Okay, so you're calling it as a tag for why he'd run away. I'm willing to take that. Black Letter wouldn't let us use that, but I think it makes sense given what we're doing. But it doesn't take away from his dice pool. So you get bonus, he doesn't lose. Okay, cool. What are you at again? Sorry.
I'm at 7.
You're at 7. Are you wagering anything?
2.
Doing 2, are you? He will spend... He'll wager 3.
So he's rolling how much?
He is rolling 2 dice? Yeah, he's rolling 2 dice.
Oh, you're too kind. Here's a 20.
Yeah.
Snake eyes.
You have privilege.
Goodness. He leaves. For 1, I will say, well, question to you. Will he come back?
You tell me.
For 1, I'll say he'll come back, bigger and better, with his gang of goons.
Like right away or
And
later?
later.
Okay.
When Kenzo and Yeko join me.
Okay.
Because I need backup on this one. I know we've all seen Yojimbo, but my god, I'm not that guy. I am not that guy. And last but not least, for another one, the injury on his sword arm will... A small injury on his sword arm will remain as an aspect which I can tag later in the future.
Those heal with time.
Those heal with time, okay. How about in that case, the townsfolk look upon me slightly more favorably now?
That's something you could do, definitely. Yeah,
As I imagine, this has gathered quite a kerfuffle, right?
Oh yeah, because you guys basically had a big sword fight, and you're just deflecting him away, baffing one of his guards. Like, this is the guy they're scared to tears of. I imagine with the Yojimbo of the Daimyo showing up. Yeah, that's a fight mode. That's like you going around fighting people. His prowess is the same as yours. He could kill 4 people with a single motion. Very dangerous guy. So they seem very happy to see him chased off. You're going to gain an honor point for your clan because you were outnumbered there and you came away uninjured.
Great, I only spent...
Oops.
That's only one of the ones that I spent, right?
Hold on, I screwed up. Oh. There. So, you've chased away the tax collectors. The townspeople seem rather grateful for your assistance. Although they're confused. They ask who you are. Who are you? Who are you?
I'll,
Who are you, brave man?
I'll wave them off and sit down in the inn again with the innkeeper. Jasmine tea. Please, make it hot.
Of course. Anything for the brave Ronin who came to save us. Pouring you free jasmine tea.
Are you in charge of this village, good man?
No. I just run this little rest stop.
Who is the mayor?
The headsman is at the tall house along the water there.
I should like to speak with him. Do you think I can arrange meeting?
Of course. I could even send a boy to run over and go get him. He'd be glad to meet the hero of the village.
Not necessary. I would like to meet him in his own abode.
Oh, you just go down by the way and walk along the water till you see the house with the red slats on it.
I'll down the tea completely, drop it on his table. Thanks. Um, if they come back, just hope that I'm still around. I'll tip my hat to him.
Don't worry, we'll send someone for you, Ronan.
And I'll question, do you want me to wait? Well, should I wait for Yeiko and Masaru to join me before proceeding this?
You could have your interaction with the. Well, actually, here's the more general question: what's your intention? And are you intending to kind of stay put until the guy comes back, or are you talking to the mayor and getting out of here?
I'm very hurt by the injustice that I see being done by the ordinary people. I understand the taxes must be collected, but not by gangoons threatening to cut off your arms if you don't pay, or better yet, call you a thief and extort random travelers on the road. I'm not one for solving a problem for Uesugi Kenshin, but I can't stand injustice. So I will meet them. They'll come back in force, I know, and if I have to kill some of them, so I shall.
What are you hoping to get out of the mayor when you meet with him?
Frankly, typical stuff a Ronin would ask for: food and board, and perhaps a bit of cash to fund my further journeys.
I.
Or if this is a village of craftsmen, perhaps they would be willing to craft something for me.
I am curious. You know, I'll call for a beauty roll here. The thing I'm worrying about, the thing I'm whinging about at the moment is the fact that you're accepting the fact that people are calling you Ronin, but in a way you're trying not to inflame issues. So this beauty roll is getting stuff out of the mayor, who's more than willing to help you anyway. Like he's eager to help you, but with the understanding that you're acting in a way that's befitting your actual title, that you're just hiding behind the Ronin name and trying to get him to understand it by gentle reminder that you're not just any old Ronin, but you're not pointing out exactly who you are.
Besides, don't forget, my daimyo told me to come here, and told me to come here without revealing too much of who I am, because I am essentially on a spying mission.
Yeah. So this is kind of a
So,
way.
yeah,
Actually,
I am willing to
cunning
suffer
is
the
probably the
insult.
better role here. You're right.
I am willing to suffer the insults as far as they go, you know.
Well, you can. I will say a cunning roll. If you whiff, you're going to lose 3 honor because it's going to come. You're going to come off dishonorable in the retelling of it later. But if you're able to succeed and get privilege, you'll be able to avoid. You'll be able to maintain your honor while also following your Giri of keeping secrets. Because you're kind of acting like a shinobi, a dastardly person hiding who he is, and but also there's a sense of humility there. So I can see how this can be a good thing at the same time. That's why I'm a risk here. I think is fitting.
Yeah, sure. Cunning roll.
And it's not opposed.
Yeah.
This is just you. This is just Ryosuke acting appropriately for a while.
Talk to me about Gary now. Anything?
Yes, because you're defending your daimyo's honor by not dishonoring the Kenzo clan.
Okay, sure. Gary applies Virtue of Wisdom to try and find out, like, who these people are, what their motives are, etc. While I'm speaking with the mayor.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, sure. Clan name, 3 wisdoms. I wouldn't say so, I guess. My name, to make something clear or to help assist.
Yeah, yeah. You're trying to make sure the mayor understands what the situation is without saying it.
That's an additional 1. What's a 1, 2, 3? Okay. Aspect of even a thief must learn his trade as... actually, it doesn't apply. God dang it. No aspects because none of them apply here. Can I tag perhaps one of his aspects? Is he cautious?
You have to know what the aspect is.
I have to know. I can't guess it. Warrior Poet for reputation.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm rolling 6 dice. I'll wager 2 of those. I gain no privilege.
Unfortunately, you find yourself maintaining your lie, but you maintain it a little too well. Getting into body humor, which is normal for your clan, but also you're acting unbefitting a samurai. You end up embracing some of the through just misspeaking, not catching cues, not reading between the lines enough. You come off as a dirty Ronin who stole a very nice sword. Like, there's this supposition that you're just some thief who stole the sword of Ryosuke Takahashi, even though you are him.
A dirty Ronin I may be, but a dirty Ronin who will defend you and your village.
Which is great for a Ronin, that's how he gets fed. But for a samurai, is dishonorable.
You are tagging my honor.
And that is when...
We're losing 3 honor, right? Jesus!
Yep.
Oh.
That's when Kenzo Masaru and Yeiko learn of a dirty Ronin who has stolen the sword of Ryosuke Takahashi and is guarding the village that you heard Ryosuke Takahashi had stopped in by.
Oof, well, now I don't feel so bad about us losing 3 points of honor.
I'm sorry, guys. I lost 5 overall, but I gained 1 back. Jesus. I am filth. I am absolute filth. I will whip myself.
No, you're fine. I mean, we ran away from a mass combat last time, so.
How did you?
It is when you see Ryosuke's bodyguard, one of his bodyguard guys, you see him and they see you, and then there's a quick little, a quick duck of a bow when they recognize you through the disguises, like, oh shoot, hello, and they kind of wave you over, and then point out to Ryosuke, who is in the midst of regaling people with poetry.
Oh lord.
And you hear people laughing and drunkenly cavorting, and yeah, Ryosuke kind of looks a bit... He doesn't look like a samurai at the moment.
Nah.
Filthy, raggedy clothing, my kimono all, on the side, bare chest being seen underneath with, some bandages as well, my hat to one side just kind of laying somewhere there, not clean at all. Haven't bathed in a couple of days, actually.
You have to keep up the look, right?
Yeah, of course. I'll sniff myself under the armpit and be like, oof, God, ooh, that's nasty.
So how are Masaru and Yeiko entering into this body affair? So far you've gone unnoticed because you came by the passes through Mutsu. So you actually came down this way and were able to come up to where he is. So you've actually avoided... I will actually tell you for free that you... well, not for free. You guys had mountain passes you can go through, so you kind of slipped by. The chaos you left in your wake kind of made border guard not so important.
Right.
Which saves you for now, but you think that... and the border guards who were watching on this side... I will call for a cunning roll to see if the Usagi clan notice anything odd about you.
Okay.
So, quick flashback to you passing by the Mutsu Pass.
Pull up the cheat sheet at the pins.
Who's doing the cunning roll? Sorry, I just got back.
Us.
Okay.
With border guards.
Okay. Given that I don't want our enemies to know that we were in their territory, would my Giri as Spy Master apply?
Yes.
Reputation of Shrewd.
Mm-hmm.
none of us is as great as all of us?
Yep.
Okay. That's it for me.
Okay.
I'm at 5, as I recall.
I'm assuming Devious kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
I too will go with none of us is as great as all of us. So I'm at 10.
I'm at 11. I think I will wager 5 and roll 6.
And I will do 5 and 5.
Okay.
Not D10. This is a D6 game. It's
Masaru gets privilege. Echigo loses
Nice.
half her wagers. But
That's
she
fine.
also has maintains them.
So this was for us to slip past the border guards unnoticed, or to pass through without them breaking our disguises.
Pass through without noticing. The risk here is that they were going to let the two of you go by, but they might notice something odd about you that they might report to their superiors.
Yako, do you think we have resumed our guise as religious pilgrims, or are we coming in as something else? I don't know that we have much resources to have changed things up much.
I guess it would depend if there were pilgrims going into Dewa at the time that we could join up with.
Where you're going?
Okay,
You're going
so-
into Ichigo though, from.
Or sorry, into Echigo, my bad.
Yeah.
For
okay.
privilege, you could make it so.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So yes, we passed through the border without anybody noticing anything untoward about us. That's the privilege. And then first one is because we did manage to hook up with a small group of pilgrims going into Echigo province. Let's see. The pilgrims also don't know who we are. Nor do the pilgrims connect us with that other pilgrim group and the chaos that ensued with them.
Okay.
And then I'll take 2 for glory.
What about you, Yako?
I think I will likewise convert 2 to glory, and that's my 2 wagers.
So we see how you got there. You basically followed the pilgrimage that was going up, the thing straight up to the road, and they're basically planning to hit the city up, so they're gonna be going that way. They're probably stopping in the village briefly to supply up,
All right.
and that's how you come upon Takahashi. Okay, we just needed to check what happened to you.
Yeah. So yeah, Masaru is not going to, I would suggest we find our own little place here in the inn to get some food and whatnot.
I agree.
And not draw more attention to ourselves by interrupting Takahashi in his debauch.
Indeed, the debauch. Well, and at some point, the debauchery has to stop.
Mhm.
I guess my bodyguard will inform me that, hey, the others are here.
Yep.
And then I'd like to visit them in their room.
Yeah, and there will be no risk roll because this town likes you, and people are having a nice time. Heck, they have a lot more free money. They don't have to pay taxes. This is awesome. They have you around. They have a Ronin, bandit, thief. They have their own Goemon Yojimbo guy to beat back the samurai. Yeah.
Ah, but who is the real thief here? The ones collecting them with gangs of goons or me? In any case, I'll greet Yeiko and Masaru with a bow and a smile, saying, "Sorry, I couldn't join you sooner. I was a little busy. Would you mind a quick conversation regarding what's going on here?"
In the dark of night, this conversation is held by candlelight.
Yep.
I arrived here, Jim. When did I arrive? Like a couple of days ago?
A few
or
days
so?
ago, yeah.
I arrived here a few days ago, and I was immediately accosted by some samurai-looking fellow who was with a squad of what appeared to be thugs, collecting forcefully taxes, perhaps even from those who have already paid, and extorting travelers and other sorts of people who come to this town to do business. I wasn't quite on board with this plan, so I gave him a couple of smacks with my katana. I didn't kill him. I know what you're going to say, Masaru. I didn't kill him. I smacked him around with a scabbard. He left with a bloody nose and a bruised sense of honor, I suppose.
Also going to note the war score is going to tick up by 1. Forgot about that.
My point here is the following. These people are clearly being extorted for more than they actually have. I don't know about you two, but I am not exactly 100% on board with extortions. Even if they are under Uesugi Kenshin's domain, they are just regular peasants. Kenshin doesn't even know their names, probably. But I do. I've gotten to learn them these past few days. Quite amicable people, actually, once you get to know them outside of their filthy exterior, I'll say as I scratch my face with dirty fingernails.
Smelling of fish.
I'm sorry about my appearance. It's it's hard to keep them up when you're undercover. I'm sure Yeiko understands. I'll give her a smile with like bits of food stuck in between my teeth.
Yiko will politely not comment.
I was hoping you could help me free this little village of their oppressors, as it were. I am, of course, in favor of taxes being paid, as all villages in the Dewa province pay their taxes accordingly. But correct me if I'm wrong, we don't collect them with, I wouldn't say, goons armed to the teeth and threatening to beat you up if you don't pay. Perhaps even break your fingers. The people here are scared to death. I wish to make them not scared anymore.
A noble ambition, but what happens when you leave?
Here is where the long plan comes into effect. It's not just about protecting these villagers from a momentary attack. I think a wise poet once said that if you give a man a fish, he will eat for a day, but if you teach him to fish, he shall never grow hungry again. So why don't we teach these people how to fish, Masaru?
You're talking about raising a peasant uprising.
Furthers our plans in this province, doesn't it, Lady Aka?
I wasn't
No.
disapproving.
Our plans for this province was merely to scout. Our lord intends to make a move on Mutsu. The more
But
Echigo is concerned with its own affairs, the better. And
is a peasant uprising not its own affair? Think about it. Uesugi Kenshin's eyes and ire will perhaps be drawn, but even for a briefest of moments, to this peasant uprising. They shall know how to defend themselves for a time, and I shall hope by that time, which hopefully
So
we shall
you want to
intervene and save them.
raise these people up and then let them be crushed.
No, I hardly think they'll be crushed, but sending a message to Asugi Kenshin perhaps that gangs of goons collecting your taxes is perhaps not the most ideal solution, as people will fight back. People generally have like a bundle of flax, they have a limited flexibility. Eventually the bundle has to snap. It will be, perhaps, I don't think, a military issue for him, because he does not want to kill his own villagers. I should hope, at least.
If
But perhaps
a
he should
villager,
reconsider.
if peasants rise up, daimyos must put them down as quickly and finally as possible. This is how it is.
I understand, but hear me out. The samurai does not have to die, nor was anyone saying that the samurai has to die. He is an arrogant little pinprick, of course, but I think the peasants giving him a little whooping and sending him back to his lord will perhaps tell Uesugi Kenshin that force does not always meet his expectations when collecting his administrative dues.
And these people, do they want to rise up?
That's where you come in, Masaru. I'll lean back. A fierce leader of men, a leader of many Ashigaru, a general of our noble house, and perhaps, why not, a leader of peasants.
Because I have to lead the Ashigaru of our house to Mutsu.
Oh, you shall. But all I'm asking you is to train them. Nothing else.
No, I will not.
They will be here back again in force in a few days. If we leave now and do nothing, they shall be slaughtered.
Well, I doubt the peasants themselves will be slaughtered. You did not kill him, so he knows exactly who he is looking for.
And he will tear up this entire town trying to find me. And what's wrong with showing a few people how to use a yari? They are craftsmen.
I
They are
cannot support
craftsmen.
it.
But do you think they do not deserve the chance to defend themselves against bullies and those who seek to rob them of their good-earned fortune?
But you have given me no indication that they wish to rise up. You wish them to rise up, but have you asked them? Do they have any particular desire to rise up against their lord? Particularly knowing what generally happens, in fact always happens, to peasants who rise up? Do you think our lord will show them any sympathy if there's a peasant uprising on his border?
If it furthers his plans, I don't see why not.
One way or another, your plan seems to end with these people getting killed.
Then what do you suggest? Shall I face down an army of them in the main street and cut through them all as if they were ribbons?
No, I suggest we move along, scout through this province, and then return home.
If we do that, these people die.
I'll
Either
warn
way.
you. I'll warn you, comply-wise. If these people are not, if this guy comes to this town and doesn't find Takahashi here, yeah, he's gonna be looking for the thief, and this is a very dangerous daimyo. You're looking at dishonor for letting these people will be butchered looking for him.
Hold on, I got a cat to deal with. Look on, buddy. Move on.
Though I will point out as well, the other concern here is that if you get these people to rise up, it is counter to the virtue of beauty and harmony, because you're instilling lawlessness and
Right.
Uprising, which is also dishonorable for a
Right, but
samurai
if we
to do.
just teach them to defend themselves? Like, not essentially to rise up and grab a yari in their hands and say, we're a peasant army, but next time somebody comes up and says, hey, I want to take your money, and they're like, okay, have you got any proof? If not, talk to the spear.
But you knew you were fighting the Lord's Yojimba, right? Because one of his bodyguards jumped in front of you.
Yes, I am aware of this, but
So
like I said,
we teach
it-
them to defend themselves, and then he comes back with real soldiers.
right, he comes back with more of his goons, maybe.
Or
I
real
don't.
soldiers. He's an architect of this house.
If he comes back with real soldiers, that's fine, because then Uesugi Kenshin has learned that he cannot extort his people by force of hiring random goons and yakuzas to, collect taxes from the people, who threaten you by saying, "Hey, if you don't give me your money, I'll break your hands."
This is trouble we did. This is trouble we did not need, Takahashi.
But it is trouble you have received either way, Masaru.
It is trouble you have received.
I
Then
think
do you wish me to stand alone against these goons?
I think that if this province is dealing with an uprising, that works to our advantage, but we need to be careful to ensure that the peasants don't suffer excessively.
We can make them content with their position, but we can also make them slightly resilient to brute force, which the Daimyo Kenshin seems to apply. An administrative problem of my force is not working, I need to find another way to collect taxes, is just as good as an uprising. His eye will be drawn away from Dewa at the very least.
Is his eye currently drawn to Dewa?
I've heard Uesugi Kenshin is a dangerous man.
Yes.
Make of that what you will, Masaru.
And the Takeda are interested in Ichigo.
While I know not the inner movements of his court,
Well,
I
but
imagine
you were there when the Takeda made an agreement with our lord.
I was indeed. Look, lots of politics.
We cannot let these people, whatever we do, know who we are. Because that
as
will
far as they are
100%.
concerned,
You're talking about training them. This gives more and more opportunity for people to learn who we are and therefore draw Uesugi Kenshin's eye towards Dewa.
so masquerading as a Ronin like I am is below your honor?
No, I'm pointing out the difficulties with what you propose.
I understand. So what do you
I'm also
propose?
becoming more and more willing to leave you here and let you train these people however you want.
I'll have to remind you of your first aspect, folks.
Yes.
As foolish as your fellow samurai is, you're bound to help him.
Then what do you
Or suffer dishonor.
Right.
For the clan. So you're kind of in a weird... I will point out you're in a weird clashing of giri here.
Right.
If you do not wish to train these people, then at least let me stand against them. I could use a skilled warrior by my side.
Masaru gets up and walks out.
A fair assumption.
I give a disapproving look behind as he walks away.
Will you at least help me find out who these goons are? Where he's getting them from?
Yes.
Then there's at least something.
I'll help you as I'm able to.
I do not wish to involve you in sword fights. I know that you are receiving training, but you're not a full samurai yet. If
Careful,
you wish
that
to
would be an insult.
Well, she's not a
Yeah.
full samurai yet, is she?
She's 100% a samurai. She's a samurai.
Oh,
as you wish.
then sorry, you're not a bushi, right? You're not a warrior.
She is.
I am a bushi.
You are a bushi as well.
I'm
What
of
the
the
hell?
bushi class.
Yeah, women can be bushi.
Yeah.
It's a class thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a class thing. Like wizards and warriors and stuff.
Like castes.
Like upper and middle class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got that. I'm just Josh. It's one of my aspects. In my case, wind back. I know that perhaps you shy away from bloodshed, and I will not fault you for it if you do not wish to say.
Wow,
I
dude.
sigh.
What am I
I'm not a,
Good God!
I'm not a pacifist.
No, but you achieve your goals through other means, which are laudable.
Yeah, she plots with me to kill people.
Is that not true?
I'll use violence where it's needed.
Then you are welcome to stand by my side when this horde arrives. Should you wish.
If you'll have me.
One sword is as good as any. Now, how do you bring Masaru around? Or how do we bring Masaru around?
Speaking of, where are you going, Masaru?
For a walk.
You're walking around the village at night. People are having rowdy times. But some people are sleeping because they do have, as
Right.
newfound wealth as they're finding, people do have to fish and work and store up for winter
Right.
to come.
So I'm gonna I have lost the name of. Hold on, I wrote it down. But an itinerant, militant pilgrim. They usually carry these flutes.
Oh yeah. I forget what the name is, but yeah, I know what you mean.
So I'm going to kind of position myself where I can overhear some of the villagers talk. I'm trying to, and I know that this is kind of, they're deep in their sake at this point, and so a lot of it's going to be braggadocio, but start to try and figure out, what these people's taste for revolt might be.
That sounds like a wisdom risk to me.
Yeah. So, sit somewhere, cross-legged and fiddle with the wisdom risk. Okie dokie. So, wisdom's not bad.
He gets on a beauty roll for once, which was basically every roll he did last session.
Oh, yeah.
Every roll was him trying to be nice and be soft-spoken and try to make accords. I'm like, a beauty roll?
Oh yeah, Yeiko, when it's back to all of us, just inform me what happened from your perspective last time.
So I'm going to call on my name because I'm trying to make a commander's assessment of these people. And general, clan virtue of wisdom.
Yo.
Follow my reputation as strategist.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, first aspect, none of us is as great as all of us.
Yeah, you are trying to help your fellow samurai here.
Okay. So I'm looking at 10 again. So I'm going to do the same thing, and 5 and 5. Where did my cursor go? There it is. Oof.
You have privilege. So how do these people feel?
Oh God, why didn't I just roll 2 and let you tell me? Oh, I've discovered a new tactic for the game.
Yes, because leaving it in my hands is a good idea. I'm
Yeah.
on your side, totally.
Yeah.
I'll warn you, one of the things the book suggests to me is be mean.
Yeah. So, refresh me since we've been filled in by Takahashi. So you had the Yojimbo and his guys, and who else? What were these other folks?
Well, basically, he was having them. The subjects were being, or the villagers were being overtaxed and basically bullied by a bunch of thugs and thieves, and the Yojimbo was the one who came in, who I represented as the leader of the samurai who was letting this happen and kind of pushing it. And then he
Okay.
started going around bullying people, basically acting like the worst debt collector in the world, or the worst tax collector in the world, threatening people, and then eventually came to Takahashi to threaten him. Takahashi goads him into going outside, and then got into to call it a sword fight would be disingenuous, because Takahashi basically beat him up with his scabbard, so...
I never drew,
He
yeah.
never drew. It was an
Right.
embarrassing lesson, so the guy was shamed. I'll put it this way, if there was an honor pool for him, he would have lost 3 just for... He didn't just lose, he lost terribly.
Okay.
And also, he's sure that the guy's going to come back with more men in force. He's not coming back with just his bodyguard.
Okay. Okay, so, no, they are not willing to rise against their daimyo, their lord. That's the privilege.
Okay.
Now, because they do not believe that Usagi Kenshin knows what's happening. Because in fact, it is the corrupt Yojimbo who is doing this and not the daimyo. They are willing to stand up to those thugs and marauders. But the thugs and marauders and the bad guys have been also preventing them from getting word to the daimyo of what's happening.
Makes sense.
And I'll further say that Usagi Kenshin would not approve of this. Would not approve of the extortion, put it that way.
Let me, as a player, say thank you. You've made this situation good. I know I didn't hand you much. I handed you a piece of shit, but you made it good. And I, as a player, thank you for that. So thank you.
Well, I, as a player, was never mad at you. My character was a little bit pissed off at your character, but that's a
Oh,
different
I
thing.
know, but we'll still have a brotherly
Oh,
place
yeah.
at the end of the day.
Ooh. So...
Hey, don't take it that way, G.
Hey, I'm just saying, 2 men who love each other very much. So, Takahashi and Yeko...
You can hold my sword in the bath.
God's almighty. So, Takahashi and Yeko, you're having a conversation. I imagine...
Yes,
this is
Yeko.
where... Yes, go on.
Lady Yeko, please tell me what happened in Mutsu province.
It's quite the tale.
Keep it short and simple then, for the sake of brevity.
Very well. Yeko is going to wait until he has his drink down on the table before saying, there on Miyoji is no more.
Undone by your hand or Masaru's hand?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you two hold the blade together, or...?
I just imagine Lady Yeko had an evil giggle there in my head.
You know what? You don't have to answer that question.
Yeah.
The Onmyoji
He
deserves
had
such
a
fate?
dangerous temper, let's say, and
Who? Masaru or the Onmyoji?
the Onmyoji.
What did he do to deserve such a fate? He struck you first, or...?
He tried, and Masaru took exception to him trying to strike me.
Oh well, fair's fair, I suppose, if he drew first. And what of the province? Have you managed to scout it out?
Yes. It appears their lord is in a dangerous mood
Oh, I see.
for the
Where
season.
where has he set his sights on, do you know?
I believe it was to his west, but I'm not 100% certain.
That would bring him into the arms of the Takeda clan, would it not?
It would.
Perfect opportunity to attack while his back is turned, is that not right?
If our lord agrees.
Let us hope he shall then.
Hmm.
Right, how about we
Also,
rip...
their Onmyoji was as mad as their lord was.
Ah,
We'll see.
therein
Yeah,
lies the issue, yes, I see.
we probably did their province a favor.
Less problems for us when we eventually take it over, right?
Certainly, we did their people a favor.
The people
But
should look
yes,
upon us kindly for that. Just as people should look upon us kindly here once we... Liberate is too strong a word. Empower them. Well, I think I've had enough philosophizing for one evening. I think I shall hit the hay. Shall we try and find out what we can in these coming days?
yes, I believe I will. It's been a long journey. I believe I'll see what, if anything, there is here in way of a bathhouse.
Surely not for me. I have to keep up the appearance, you know?
You might have to, but I'm a simple pilgrim. And it shows my devotion to purity.
Oh, so it does. Well then, I bid you adieu for tonight. I shall go to my own room because I think if I remain here any longer, you will probably pass out from the stench. I'll, bow and leave.
So, what are you three planning before the vengeful Yojimbo returns?
I don't know. Um, I say this is probably something we need to take care of ourselves. I don't think we have the time to do much in terms of training the peasantry.
Let's see.
But with what I've learned, if we can get word to the Lord of the Province about what's going on, then there shouldn't be too much of a fallout from this for anybody. And a lot of this depends on how many people he's bringing back. They do appear to be willing to stand up to the thugs. So,
What if instead of dealing death, we deal out humiliation for this?
That's
And
I'm
use that
fine. I'm
to
fine with
build
that. I already beat
hope.
them. I already beat them once with my scabbard. I'm fine with beating them again with my scabbard, but I'm somehow afraid that these thieves that the Yojimbo is running with are not going to be very keen on that idea. They care not for the concept of honor. They're here for the money.
Oh, I'm not talking about the thieves. I'm talking about for the Yojimbo.
Oh, for the Yojimbo, of course, he does not have to die.
Yeah,
He will
if we
be
can.
extremely pissed at us, but he does not have to die.
Well, if we can humiliate him to such an extent that he becomes irrelevant here, that's as good as uh, eliminating him more permanently
That's fine.
without giving his lord cause for as much cause for holding a grudge, at least.
I'm willing to acquiesce to this idea. Besides, killing him was never actually part of my plan. I didn't actually want to kill him. Because
Good.
what good would that do for us? It would just cause a lot of trouble.
Yes.
But beating him up, sending him back to Asugi Kenshin with a bloody nose along with a message, well then, that's a different type of beast, you know?
Or perhaps leaving him restrained on Kenshin's doorstep with a note and the corpses of the thieves he runs with.
That's a long haul all the way over to Echigo Castle, which is, I think, over here, right?
Yeah.
GM talked
Fair
to us.
enough.
It's like a 3-day journey or so? More?
That would be too far, yeah. Maybe a guardhouse here then. Something
but-
public. Something
no, but
suitably public to be humiliated.
tying him up and, having the villagers bring him over to Asugi Kenshin might not be a terrible idea.
I'll point out as well, there would be a city magistrate here.
Well, there you go.
Or to the magistrate, yeah.
Doing
Yeah.
that, along with the corpses of the thieves, might be a good idea, perhaps.
I think it's not magistrate. There's a special word for that job. But you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Besides, last but not least, if there's a bounty on these thieves, the villagers could claim it as their own.
Mhm.
To further development of the village.
Very well.
I know we don't have time to train them. I'm fine with that.
Ryosuke, you owe me a wisdom
yes.
roll to see if there actually is a bounty on these thieves.
Are they too insignificant, perhaps? Okay, sure. Giri, no. Clan virtue of wisdom.
Yep.
That's 1. My name. To clear or to help and assist.
Yeah, you're trying to tell Yako of something that's useful. It's like, hey, by the way, they have a bounty on them. That's useful to them.
Mhm.
Okay, that's another die. Clan name. 3 wisdoms.
Yeah, you guys are gathered now, so you're trying to work out a plan.
That's 2 more dice. We're at 4 now. None of us is great as all of us.
Yeah, you're trying to help them out.
6.
Mhm.
Warrior poet.
No.
That was a long shot. They're dangerous. Can I tag their aspect? Dangerous people would have bounties on them. Criminals especially.
That'd be for the Yojimbo. The goons wouldn't necessarily have that aspect. But I'll take it, actually. I will take it. It makes sense.
An additional 2 dice. Okay, let me
The
count
daimyo
those up.
has a dangerous atmosphere, so he attracts dangerous citizens.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. I'm rolling 9.
Any wagers?
2.
You have privilege. Do they have bounties?
Yes, they have bounties.
Okay.
They're not overly big because they're like small-time criminals with, very limited popularity, but they've been doing some ruckus here around the northern part of Echigo province.
Mm-hmm.
So they do have bounties on them. And for 1 point, I'll say that these bounties would be enough to drag perhaps a couple of people in the village out of poverty. Just a couple,
Mm-hmm.
Make their lives a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
And for an additional point, I'd say that if the villagers claimed this bounty, they could perhaps also plant new rice fields, which would increase their prosperity in the longer run, and perhaps if they're struggling with food, not make them struggle with food anymore.
Okay. These things are indeed true, from what Azuriosuke recounts them.
Yes, they do indeed have bounties on them. Enough so that if the villagers brought them back, well, they'd be secure financially for at least some time.
Excellent.
So there you go. We only have to make short work of his goons and try to incapacitate him.
Mm.
But with you, Lady Eiko, and you, Masaru, I'm sure we shall have no problems, eh? The three swords, as they call us. Haha. Oh dear. Could we not just give a couple of villagers like some sticks or something to look intimidating?
If the villagers decide to come to take up arms, they can take up arms or flails or what have they. But
But there are skilled craftsmen in this village, perhaps that could help us with this upcoming challenge.
are there, GM?
Yeah.
Is this
There's
there a
there's
holding?
craftspeople here.
Is there a holding here?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I'm gonna double
let me
check
check.
my notes.
Check.
No, there's craftspeople here, but it's minor crafts like woodworking
Okay.
and minor metalworking, stuff like that. But
Okay.
Masaru, are you sporting any armor?
No.
A piece of wood located just at the right point on the body, and I like point at your heart here, and near your wrist here, might be good enough to stop a slash at you, as it were.
I have yet to meet the piece of armor that is proof of a well wielded katana's edge.
Well,
Particularly in
think-
this game.
I think only the Jimbo shall be carrying a katana himself. From the others, I might expect clubs or spears, perhaps.
I'll note that if you wanted, although John Wick doesn't celebrate armor, he eschews it completely in his mechanics. If you were to make armor that had some mechanical weight to it, you would need a blacksmith, and it would take time to make.
So like strapping a couple pieces of wood on crucial locations wouldn't do the trick.
No. The game's far too bloody for that. The reverse is true, though.
No, well, I suppose. Then how about they don't have a blacksmith, right?
No,
Workers?
not in this
Yeah.
holding. Actually, this isn't even a true holding. This is just a village. It just has craftspeople in it.
Any Fletchers that have arrows or anything of the like? They have hunters surely in the village.
Probably, yeah. There's probably a few. There's probably someone who could do fletching. Dedicated fletchers, because this is more of a fishing village than anything else. Any big time
Then-
fletchers would probably be more like here or here.
Then how about we arm ourselves at least very basically with perhaps a bamboo bow and some arrows in case we need a range advantage. True samurai is not only skillful in the katana, but in all arts of the bushi.
mm.
Sounds good.
So is this the next day, or are we still that first night?
Some time is passing. I'm wondering what you guys are up to. You guys have a few days before
Okay.
they come to the village, so I'm trying to see what your large
So
schemes are.
Masaru is going to befriend and employ some of the village children to like spend their days playing around in the fields around the village to give us as much warning as basically as scout.
Okay.
You know, to come fleet-footed running to let me know when the Yojimbo and his people are coming, and and I'll do it in an arc, not just over here, but around the village.
Are you the thing that the kids would most be curious about is if you were friends with the smelly Ronin.
The smelly Ronin, how dare you!
Yep.
They're kids. What do you want?
Through gritted teeth, I will confirm that he is my friend, although his grooming habits are deplorable, and while they should emulate his his finer virtues, they should never emulate his propensity to become one with the earth.
Repenta what? Blank stares, as your Japanese is far too eloquent for these poor village kids. But there is no risk. They will happily help you because you're big word pilgrim, big word holy man who is friends with smelly Ronin.
And I also have some coinage, I'm sure.
Yeah, you have more than enough wealth to palm
Yeah.
to get the meager.
Yeah. And I'm also going to scout the village itself and its environs to get a working knowledge of streets, alleys, geography from a fighting and military perspective.
Cunning.
Okay.
There's a cunning risk there. Actually, no, I take that back. It would be wisdom because you're looking for the truth of a matter.
Okay.
Mistake. Well, I'm split between cunning and wisdom because cunning would be you using whatever happens to be there and finding the advantage, but wisdom is the truth of the matter.
Right.
You're trying to know something. Yeah, you're trying to know something. Wisdom. Yeah.
Okay. Clan virtue of wisdom, clan name of 3 wisdoms.
Mm-hmm.
How much is the clan name worth?
2.
Okay. This is wisdom. I'm going to call on strategist, or could I call on devious? Because I'm making a plan for a small force to take maximum advantage against probably a larger force.
I'll take
either working.
I will take devious. I won't take strategist.
Okay. That's okay. And then none of us is as great as all of us.
Mm-hmm. Helping Grass get out of his jam.
All right, that gets me to 13.
The benefit of getting yourself in trouble, every time people help you, it's considered they're helping you.
It's true. Okay. I am going to roll 6 and wager 7.
Yep.
That's math. 21.
Got privilege? What can you tell us of the strategic benefit, tactical benefit rather, of the village? It's coastal village near the trade road.
Okay. So, yes, it is a coastal village. I think somebody said at some point it was a fishing village kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, because it's on the coast, this will be the privilege. It is surrounded and kind of built on a bit of solid land in a surrounded area of marshlands, wetlands, kind of thing. So that's the basic situation. First wager, the marshlands are very marshy, very difficult to cross, and slow to cross. There is therefore only one way to get in by land. It is basically a built-up kind of almost, the dikes between rice paddy, but it's a little bit wider. It's like a road going across the marsh.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way with any efficiency and expediency that you can get into town. You can go through the marshes, but it's going to take a long time and it's going to slow you down.
Right.
sight lines around the village. The village's little crop of solid land is kind of raised up, and the marshes and stuff are, I mean, there's some tall grasses and stuff, but by and large, there's pretty clear sight lines for, oh, I don't know, like a mile-ish around the village.
Okay.
There's not like forest or anything. You can see people coming.
Yeah.
Let's see. So let's say that in me poking around, and the smelly Ronan's continued presence in town, have a few of the younger men kind of excited. So there's potentially a group that might join in, either to our benefit or our detriment. They might not, but there's some young men who are a little bit hyped by what might be about to happen.
Okay.
The main road into town, once it actually gets into town, there is kind of takes a jink around some buildings because they weren't really, laid out in a nice, pretty grid pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And there's kind of an alleyway at a certain angle there that could be used as a perfect ambush site. And that also, that road in an angle acts as like a choke point in and of itself. Okay. Ooh, that guy's got a big, mean-looking rake. Let's see. Anybody else got any ideas for kind of the strategic layout?
I think you summarized everything pretty much, but just that
Yeah.
there's like a big square, maybe, and it is flanked on all sides by alleyways and buildings that you can like get in and get out of. So if there is one potential place for like a final showdown, big square, nice open space, but it is flanked by places where you can get in and out of very quickly.
Okie dokie. And finally, due to the layout of the village and the land around it, it's going to be very difficult for the approaching group to learn about any friends joining this Ronin, or that somebody's been, looking around the town defensively. It's going to be hard for them to learn that there's more than what there was waiting for them in this town.
Okay. These things and more Kenzo Masaru learns in his survey of the village.
Jeez Louise, you learned a lot. Hey, Yeiko, can you learn where these thugs are coming from?
Probably.
Could be viable information for when we eventually take over this place. Eventually. Shh, keep it quiet though.
I think I am going to use one of my truths about the... Oh shoot, I haven't met them yet. Never mind. I can't do that. Darn. Okay. That's irritating. All right. In that case, I'm going to ask around at with the locals and ask them what direction the thugs usually come by at. Like, basically, I'll see if I can overhear a conversation of, like, grumbling about them, and then join it to get some information.
Oh, Pilgrim Lady, are you friends with the Smelly Ronin? Yeah, he's a great drinker.
I'm...
Of tea?
I know him.
You're friends with him?
Yes.
Good. They come from the village. They come from the city. That's where all the tough guys come from. Especially under that one. Big old bully of him. Kazumi Shun.
From this town. Yeah, okay.
From the city?
Yeah.
This one? Ah.
Rumor is he's gonna come back with his whole gang of friends and ne'er-do-wells.
When he enters the city, what way does he tend to enter by?
Oh, by the narrow marsh road. The only way really to get in and out of here unless you want to get up waist high in muck.
And I imagine... What condition is the road in?
I saw it on the way in. It's serviceable enough. People use it a lot to get on the trade road and back. There are like little side roads and stuff, but no one uses them, really. No, unless it's nice and dry in summer.
Or unless they have good gata, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I will ask, is there... So, for the marsh road to the west of here, what's it like? Have you traveled on it?
It's a road. I don't know what you mean. You walk on it?
Is it narrow? Are there bridges?
No bridges really. It's just kind of a road that cuts through the marshland, really. Wide enough for a wagon.
And is the marsh to the west like the marsh to the east is?
There's only one real road, like I said.
Sorry, I mean, is there a lot of brush on, like, bushes and trees and things on the side of the road, or is it more of a flat, grassy marsh?
There's
I haven't been there, you see.
a fair amount of tall grass here or there, some high points. You could see for a good mile or so at certain points.
Ah.
I'll remind you, Eiko, you're kind of covering the same territory Masaru is on. You already discovered these things.
Yeah. But since we know the direction they're headed in, what time of day do they tend to arrive at?
I don't know, daylight, I guess? Not many people travel at night. Not safe to be wandering around marshes at when it's dark out.
Fair enough. You wouldn't want to get lost.
Exactly.
So, based on that, I'll return to Ryusuke. In Kinswell. I think perhaps the best way. The Marsh Road has too much visibility for us to stage an ambush, so perhaps the best way would be just inside city limits.
I agree. I see no better place than here, right here on the square, no? Great visibility of everyone, including the people, and should the need arise, alleyways to quickly abscond. Should the need arise. I think this is acceptable. What do you think, Masaru?
Sarah's currently BRB.
Masaru is currently BRB. What do you think, Echigo? Is this acceptable?
I think it's acceptable.
Good. Then, excuse me for a second. There is something quite important that I must do.
Just got back. What did you guys learn?
Well, go ahead, Echigo.
We learned that the Marsh Road has pretty good visibility and there's not a whole lot of cover along it, so an ambush within city limits is probably going to be the tactically more sound option.
Okay.
And I have some final pressing business to take care of. Innkeeper! I'll approach the innkeeper and give him like 3 coins. I am tired of people calling me stinky. Could you please, if anything, fix a bucket for me so I can wash myself and groom my beard and hair?
Sure?
Thank you. And a cup of tea while you're at it, please. For me and my friends.
Sure.
Or you could use the bathhouse.
No, I am a man of the people. Bathhouses are for nobles.
The people use bathhouses.
Regular people use bathhouses.
Yes.
Then in that case, I shall walk over to the bathhouse.
Yeah, that's why I think I was puzzled. Like, why do you want to wash in a bucket like you're some outlander? I mean, you can. I'm not your dad, but you know, maybe you're shy. You don't like washing up around other people. That's fine. This
is medieval Japan, not medieval Europe.
Yeah.
Good. Then I shall walk over to the bathhouse and present them with 3 coins.
Give me 4, says the bathhouse lady.
I'll sing you a song and give you 3.
No, you're wealthy. Give me 4.
Says who? I'll be insulted.
A beauty roll. You've been staying here and enjoying the wealth of a samurai. People know you're dirty, smelly Ronin, but you have a really expensive sword that you stole. And you've been staying here pretty much at the whim of the mayor. You must be a connected guy. You're either a really good bandit. Actually, you're probably a really good bandit. That's what people are assuming.
Question, GM. Will I take another honor hit?
No, you're just convincing the lady to pay up a certain amount.
Oh God. You know what? I'll be like dejected. Fine, 4 coins.
Thank you. She takes it, hands you a bucket, and hands you the things you need to go into.
And for that one extra coin, I'll have a cup of tea, lady.
Tea house is that way. There's a bathhouse, not a tea house.
Spoiled yet again. I'll take a bath.
For 2 coins, I'll send my boy to go get it.
Fine, you absolute shrew of a woman.
What was that?
Nothing. Tea, please.
Good. Old lady, the old bathhouse lady is happy to take advantage of a guy with a lot of money.
Can't believe.
Why not?
So,
Taxman's taxed her quite a bit. Masaru is, sorry.
Gonna check out that little alleyway at that bend when you first get into town.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned. And I am going to try and set up, using trash, basically, a kind of blind that I could be behind but easily move aside to come in behind or amongst these guys when they come into town. Like, in other words, a place to launch an ambuscade.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Easily done.
I am assuming that jumping out and cutting down a bunch of known thieves and thugs is not going to
It's very cunning. It follows the virtue of cunning.
honor ding me.
It's a
Okay.
virtue of cunning. There's no dishonor there. You're not murdering them in their sleep.
Right.
If they're clever enough, they'll see through the ruse. If they're not, well, that's their own lack of wisdom failing them, or their own lack of cunning.
So yeah, I'm going to prep the ambush site.
Right. So I believe. So is the intention here for you three to battle these guys by ambush and cunning?
I'm willing
Yeah.
to. Well, yeah, but I'll be like the bait, standing in the center, of it all, because they are searching for me. So Masaru and Yeiko can do the bushwhacking, and I'll be the bushwhacked.
Yeah, I think we get Smelly Ronan, which is what.
Not so smelly now.
Yes, but that's your name from now on in.
Former smelly. He's the formerly smelly Ronin.
Right. But we get Smelly Ronan to draw them in, and then Masaru will come from behind or the side, and hopefully these thugs are just mooks that can be slain in multiple numbers due to prowess, or and yeah, I'm good with that, with Takahashi being the bait and me being the cold steel arm of the mousetrap.
Where's Yeiko can be positioned in all this?
I think I'll place myself on a rooftop with the bow that was prepared. If people are okay with me using the bow.
Sure, yeah.
Just
Here, you're waiting an ambush point. Little ambush point of your own. Here somewhere, standing on some rooftop.
well, crouching on some rooftop, so I'm not immediately visible.
You're not skylining yourself.
Yeah.
So, in dark of night, you three are alerted to the coming of Kozumi Shun and his goons. He has one of his own bodyguards still with him, uninjured, but he has also brought with him "15 goons to go hunting for Yosuke Takahashi." Well, not him specifically, but the smelly Ronin that dishonored him. He's going to teach him a lesson, and if anyone gets in his way, he's going to start cutting people down. Which, the kids are very quick to get the hell out of there. Where do you want your eager villagers to be? Because they'll be there's a risk here actually to keep them from just going straight out to meet them on the road.
Yeah, no, we should tell them to hide until they see that the time is right, but they'll know when the time is right, I hope.
Sorry, I was at the edge of my headset's range. What, he's also coming with what?
15 of his goons.
That's
Yikes.
a lot of goons.
Are the goons armed with blunt instruments, or?
With rough swords and wagatashis and stuff like that. Bunch of ne'er-do-well thugs who found these or stole them, much like you have.
Hey,
Allegedly.
Allegedly. These are no samurai, I'll tell you that. These guys are Yomabushi. These guys will fall to a skilled samurai's blade. There's only one real samurai in their number. And I'm not
Well,
counting
the
that guy's bodyguard as part of their group. That guy's dedicated to keeping Shun alive.
Right.
they should the citizens, the populace should definitely be told to like stay out of sight. And those few young men who are perhaps willing to volunteer or hyped up for combat, like Masaru made them out to be, just wait for the opportune moment. They'll know when it is.
We might want to give them some more specific.
I can whistle, or you can whistle when the time is right, Perhaps, like a whistle signal?
Why don't we put them under Yako's command to send in? Or
That sounds like a lovely idea, actually, yeah.
yeah.
To get these guys to cooperate with your plan will be a beauty risk, because these are young, eager men to prove themselves. Because, hey, Dirty Ronin over there could do it. We can fight a samurai. So it doesn't look that hard. That is a mistake. They are wrong.
They
Yeah.
are very wrong. Yako, they're all yours as far as I'm concerned.
Alright, I'm going to try for beauty. I've got 3. None of us is as great as all of us.
Yeah. Trying to help out your friends with this plan, because if these guys mess it up, it's going to ruin the whole point of why you're staying here.
Alright, that gives me 6. Alright, I will roll 4, wager 2, unless is this opposed or no?
No, it's not opposed.
Yeah, roll 4, wager 2. The other, yeah, no, that's fine. Nice. So yes, given I made it, firstly, with my privilege, I will say we are able to convince them to join in on the plan.
Okay.
With my first wager, they're coming in broad daylight, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, you said it was nighttime, no? Or
In night, you know they're coming. They'll arrive by daylight.
oh, okay.
So you have a lot of time to get yourselves in position before they can see you. Because, like you guys said, there's not great hiding lines, but if you're staying in the village and moving around, at night they won't see anything. By the time they get there in daylight, it'll be too late, and they'll get jumped. Is the plan, anyway. If you want to get the jump on them, you have to be getting people in position now, rather than having those poor villagers run out to meet them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get them into position, and the
What is that position?
off in the alleyways so that they can come out and surprise them.
So they're gonna help Masaru with his ambush.
Yeah.
Please.
Because we want them to think, we want the enemy to think nothing is weird. And if they're actually, I've got a better idea. They will be hiding in plain sight and just like pretending to do barn chores in the square. And then when and then when the ambush starts, they're actually combatants in this situation.
Okay.
And I will tell them the signal is either my whistle or the onset of hostilities, whichever happens first. Like fighting. If fighting starts, obviously fight, but otherwise wait for my whistle.
Okay.
The other thing I'm going to do with my other wager is say that I have time to prepare some of the tools of my trade to assist with our ambush here.
What sort of tools are you suggesting?
What's the word? One moment. Question, would gunpowder have existed at this time?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Okay.
black powder, yeah.
Yeah.
Gunpowder, black powder.
Yeah, small sachets of black powder with a little bit of metal in them so that it'll dazzle their eyes and shock their senses.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll something to craft them?
I could actually help to craft those. I'm somewhat versed.
Yeah, that'd be a different roll. So that wouldn't be part of your wagers for sure, because that wager was about convincing these three to do what you wanted. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying what I'm doing is giving myself time. Like with my wager, I'm saying I have time to do this as well.
what
If
does
that
that
makes
have to?
sense.
What does that have to do with convincing a bunch of boys not to go get themselves killed? And follow
I
your plan.
convinced them fast enough that I have the
Okay,
time left over.
that's what I needed.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I needed. I didn't have that line. I didn't have that line of thought. So I was like,
Ah,
That's it for your. That's your two wagers, I believe. Yeah.
yeah.
Crafting. I wrap these up. I'll say these are within the bounds of you being a spy master. If you want them to be better than that, you would. Basically, what I'll allow is that you can attack them with cunning as opposed to prowess. Like if it gets into a fight, you can use cunning to dazzle because you're not really attacking people. You're using your tools as a spy master to kind of dazzle them and stuff. For it to be extra dice, you'd need a blacksmith to actually. You'd have to spend an action crafting high quality things because it's assumed that samurai can get any normal thing that's part of their job. Like a Yojimbo will always have his swords with them. A spy master will always have some sneaky stuff with them.
Gotcha.
I'm willing to concede that you have sneaky stuff. And you've hammered it in the narrative that you have more than enough time to set it up, so you don't even have to be directly in danger.
Cool. I will note that our samurai are knowledgeable in crafts because of even a thief must learn his trade. So I think we would need access to crafting tools, but maybe not to an artisan directly.
Meaning, because you're getting the benefit of the item, so I'm not sure what you're suggesting.
Nothing in this case. More saying that like it's established with our aspects that we don't necessarily need to have a specific like tradesperson hired to get a craft done because we have that knowledge. That's all.
Okay. So, I believe your plan is set. Yukio is in her hiding spot with her smoke bomb, with her dazzle bombs and bow. Saro hiding in his blind, and Takahashi waiting in the square. We're making it very easy for them to know that he's there. That the Ronin is there. And I believe, as Koizumi-shun and his goons come into play, I believe a strike is going to happen. Who's going to strike first?
Can we have a bit of conversation first?
You might want to.
A little bit of conversation.
I'll note that you're about to mechanically, just so you know, you're going into it. You're starting a mass comp. You're starting a strike, but you're starting a strike where they don't know you're
Right.
coming. So I don't oppose somebody. Either you're killing a bunch of people as an action, or you're attacking Kazumi-shun directly. So after that strike, that's when mass murder kicks in.
Okay. So my whole bit is Masaru wants to come in ideally from the rear and start hacking things up and achieve like good surprise. So, I mean, do you want to say something to him first, Takahashi, and then have me come in, or do you want me to be the one to kick things off?
Well, yeah. I mean, let's have a stare down on the main square, right? So he's
Okay.
staring me down. I'm staring him down.
Well, I'll point. Oh, I see what you guys are saying. Okay, I follow.
Follow. Good.
But
Oh.
do you? What are you following? Tell me what you think we're doing.
So I thought you were gonna jump them in the alleyways and start messing people up, but you're saying let them come all the way into the square, so right
And then
past
jump them from the
Masaru.
back. Yeah.
And Takahashi's gonna be like, haha, you guys suck, and you're gonna be like jumping them from behind. And Miyako can attack them from the rooftop. Like you're not attacking them here, you're attacking them here in the square.
I mean, there's more tactical advantage to attacking them in the narrow alleyways because we can maneuver where not many of them can come at us at once. Of course, that the reverse also applies.
To us. Yes.
But there are fewer of us and more of them, so that kind of works to our advantage.
Yeah, but see, they are. I think they're more skilled than the villagers we have. So what? Them being in a very tight space, they'll be able to control themselves more and behave themselves possibly better than the villagers that we have. So let them come out in the open, and you just bushwhack them from the back. They'll never see it coming, right? And from the roof as well.
Okay.
And scatter.
So you're letting them pass through the alleyways into the square, rather than strike them there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to let him get so far away that it's going to, me having to travel a great distance to engage them is going to blow my surprise. But so this last group is probably what I will attack first.
I will not hide behind the villagers, by the way. I will be in front of the villagers.
So the first strike is Masaru attacking them from the rear. Is that correct?
We can stare down first and then attacking from the rear, or you want to strike right immediately?
Yeah, I mean, if we wait, then we lose this surprise advantage, I think. Right?
Yes, but they're all focused on me, right? So they shouldn't be looking over your way. Is that the case, GM?
So if your first strike, because here's the problem, they're here to murder you because you dishonored him. So once Shun sees you, your only hope is to, if you do the stare down, you might be able to stop him from attacking you right away, so it stalls his strike, which may get you some advantage like glory and stuff because you're talking at him and you're trying to smarm at him. Masaru could still strike them from hidden. Yeiko could strike them from hidden. You couldn't because you're not, which you weren't going to anyway. You were standing out in the open anyway.
Yeah.
So Masaru could, if you fail your roll, then the surprise I could have as a consequence of having privilege break the surprise. They might notice Masaru's there. That's the risk. The risk is that if your roll doesn't go well, then they could clue in.
Okay, sure. Allow me to have a stare down with him and then perhaps stop him from attacking.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
So
return.
Don't lose the roll.
So yeah, because these guys they're not going to stand in the way. They're acting like, oh, we're just doing stuff. We're just cleaning up and raking and things like that. And then
Peasant stuff.
Yeah. And this gaggle of goons goes into the central square.
Yeah, I'm
And-
standing there in the central square, cleaner. Beard slightly groomed, hair also groomed, with my hands on my sword, which is hanging off my left hip, and the straw hat still from my head, I'll raise it slightly as he approaches.
In this
Very
gathered
dramatic.
square, as the sun rises, the chill of the morning light, going across through shadow as Masaru slips from blind to blind, Yeiko crouching, hidden by the curvature of the rooftop, waiting for her whistle. The various
Crouching Yako, hidden dragon.
villagers are acting like they're getting ready for the morning fishing and stuff like that. This gang of thugs, led by their samurai, start approaching you. He gets on guard to you because he knows you fought you already. You see the various goons with their swords. What do you do, Takahashi, to stop him from striking you?
So, you've come. Was once not enough for you?
Well,
How's that going to stop it?
I will demand of you courage risk.
Oh, I am very courageous. Giri, yes or no?
You are not naming yourself. I do not believe you're defending the honor of your clan.
Okay. 3 swords?
Yep.
For clan name? That's
Mhm.
2. My name doesn't help here, I think. None of us as great as all of us?
Yep.
+3. So +5 overall. Warrior Poet?
Yep.
+6 overall. Tag is Aspect of Dangerous?
I don't see how that keeps him from just killing you.
You're right about that one. Alright, so I'm rolling 8 dice.
So is he?
I'll wager 2.
He'll wager 3.
Bit of a poor roll, but we'll see. Oh!
Roll again.
Favor me, dice gods. Yes,
There you go.
that is more like.
So, privilege, obviously, as I imagine he doesn't strike you right away.
He doesn't strike me right away. No, my privilege is that he'll at least try to throw some bad words at me. You decide which ones.
Mm-hmm.
But the bodyguards, for one, the bodyguards around him will be slightly startled because Ryosuke shows no sign of fear whatsoever, even though, there's many of them. It's like, who the hell is this guy?
Mm-hmm.
And for an additional, I'd say the villagers are taking attention of this and they're, forming up behind me. Arms raised. Or
That
not
counters the
raised.
truth that Yeiko's the signaler.
Yeiko's the signal. Sorry, my bad. Then in that case, the villagers are perhaps encouraged by my word.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So yeah, Ryosuke in his hidden form challenges the guy as and you can hear Masaru, this guy shouting how he's gonna kill him and how violently he's gonna kill him. He's gonna spread his guts all over the water. He's just getting vile and crude and totally overconfident that he's gonna win. Because he has a bunch of guys against one Ronin. This guy's gonna die, and he's happily enjoying being ready to do it. Which means he's not paying attention to you creeping out of the shadows behind him and his goons.
Right. Masaru in his full, samurai Champloo basket head hat steps out and kills 3 of the guys.
The Ryosuke, while they're confused and dazed, will, I guess, toss off his straw hat and draw his blade, actually, and tell
Well,
Koizumi
at this
Shun.
point, At this point,
Yes.
though, the first strike is Masaru. That strike happens because he just straight up goes through and kills a bunch of people. Now mass murder rule comes into it because now it becomes a bloodbath.
Does Yako get a first strike too from her hidden position?
There's only one strike. That's why I was asking who was
Yeah.
striking.
Ah, well.
The difference is that when Yako has her turn during the mass murder, I can't target her because I don't know she's a threat yet. I don't know she's in the fight. I know you're in the fight because you jumped me, but I also didn't get to roll back. It's just straight up. There's no roll. It's just and there's no roll for killing Yomabushi. They just die. It's like, and they die. 3 people just go down, not knowing what happened, and then everyone else is like, whoa, what the hell? And then these guys will start charging, and these guys will start charging, and this guy will try to kill Takahashi. These guys will try to kill some of the people, so it's gonna turn into a mess real fast. So hope Yako and hope you guys get more than them.
Yeah, for real.
So everyone rose. Everyone but Yako. So I'll put it this way. Yeah, everyone. I'm right. Everyone but Yako rose prowess rolls to see who's going where. For Takahashi, this is your first mass murder fight. Basically, the way it works, this is their initiative version of it. Everyone rolls prowess, and the person with the highest prowess roll strikes first.
Just straight up prowess.
Straight up prowess, except for Yako, who's doing a cunning thing. Now, the reason why wagers matter, everyone strikes at least once in turn if they're still alive. So it ticks down, tick, 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 tick. Everyone in the first round goes and hits somebody. Anyone who has at least 1 wager goes again. Everyone with 2 wagers goes again. Everyone with 3 wagers. So that's the risk of wagering a certain amount. I will say the guys behind you will whittle down the numbers, but I'm not gonna tell you exactly how that's gonna happen until after the mass murder roll is gone. But their numbers will affect how many goons get to fight back, because they're gonna go in there and start fighting people. Kazumi Shun is the only one that's gonna be unaffected by these Yomabushi, because Yomabushi versus Yomabushi, as far as he's concerned, he's not paying attention to that fight. That he doesn't care about that. He cares about the samurai behind him and the ronin in front of him. Well, the 2 ronin, who are of samurai class fighting skill. So it's like, nah, I'm not worried about these villagers. They're not gonna hurt me. You 2 can, though. Oh.
So straight up honor, no adding Giri, no adding anything like that, just honor. Sorry, not honor.
Well,
prowess.
it's like it's a prowess risk, so you can spend honor. Giri comes into it and everything else. Yeah, it's a prowess. It's just that everyone's rolling at the same time, as opposed to just 1-on-1. Let's go. It's no, everybody's rolling.
Okay, let's just do this so we can differentiate rolls in the chat. All right, I'll collect my dice. Would you say Giri applies for me? I didn't reveal myself, right? So
you didn't reveal yourself, but you are gonna help save Masaru from death. Because if you don't step in and do something, he's gonna die. So you stepping in to help fight alongside him makes sense. That's very much a Yojimbo thing, is the fight to save your fellow samurai.
So no clan wisdom. 3 swords.
Yep.
My name to help or assist.
Yep.
None of us as great as all of us.
Yep. I know he's
Warrior poet.
Yep.
Plus sword. 3. Okay, I'm at 14.
So before you roll, it's very important. Gather up your dice. So you're at 14. How much does Masaru have?
11.
How much does Yako have? You're using cunning.
So I'm gonna invoke my name, multi-layered child.
Mm-hmm.
I am also going to invoke none of us is as great as all of us.
Yep.
3. So that gives me 5 extra. Plus 4 is 9.
Yeah, and I miscounted. I'm actually at 12.
How much is everybody wagering? As for these regular guys, I think regular guards just have whoever their holder is. They get like Geary plus that guy's prowess, so they don't get a ton. They each get 6 dice. That's it. Because they don't have a ton of other stuff. They don't benefit from aspects and gear because they're just
All right.
Yomamushi. They're just regular people. So how much is everyone wagering? I'm actually I'm gonna evoke a blessing by Shun.
That's not cool. Do we have any blessings?
It got used.
We used it last time.
Oh,
Yeah.
darn.
We have
Sorry.
a meditation point.
So gotta look up what the blessing is. I was looking up earlier while I was thinking about his vengeance. They do have a shrine here. Gives them this. Oh. I have no castle. I make immovable mind my castle. So this guy's going to pick one opponent during the gather dice phase, contested prowess risk, before any wages are made. Before you roll for your attack, you may deduct dice from your own pool to force your opponent to deduct dice from his pool, 1 for 1.
Talk to me then.
Huh?
Talk to me. If your opponent is me, so talk to me.
Yeah, it's gonna be you because he wants to kill you. Geez, how much he's gonna spend? Because you have a lot of dice. I mean, he has a lot of dice for just some regular dude, but he is going to. He's dangerous, so go big or go home, buddy. He's gonna lose 5. Pull you down by 5. He pulls you down to 9 dice.
Alright. Now, wagers. I'd like 3.
So you're going 3 to you. My guy's gonna wage. Dangerous does mean he's gonna push his luck, so he is gonna wager 2 because his target is wagering. So he's gonna wager some amount, but he's gonna keep enough dice that he has a good chance of actually getting a decent number. As for all the goons, they're all dangerous, so they're not gonna keep their full 6. They'll match their leader. They'll be risking 3. So basically all the bad guys are rolling. Also, not 3. I can't math.
Yeah, 2.
2.
I was about to say that doesn't match.
So that means all your enemies are rolling at least 3 dice. And and as long as they get 10 or more, they are actually it's not even 10 or more, is it? I'm gonna double check. I think it's actually if you don't get 10 or more, I think you don't participate in the mass combat because you need the mass murder. You need to at least not suck. I think is the rule. But I'm gonna triple check to make sure I'm not lying to you because that will affect whether you guys go full bear or not. Because death is really on the table right now. So I don't want you guys to be cheated. Gather dice. Better strikes. As long as he rolls 10 or higher, yes.
I believe actually Masaru gets 2 bonus dice because he, if a mass murder directly follows a strike, the winner of the strike gains 2 bonus dice.
Oh, yep. So you have 2. You're actually at not 12, but 14.
14. Yeah.
So how much are you each wagering? I know Takahashi's wagered 3.
Oh wait, they're still in the mass murder. They just lose all of their wagers. You get to keep your wagers as long as you roll 10 or higher. So I mean, they can still get cut down. They're just, yeah. Oh, they don't get a strike.
Yeah,
I
if they
guess,
only roll
but-
at least 10 or more, they don't get the strike at all.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to wager 8 and roll 6.
What about Yako?
I'm gonna wager 4, roll 5.
All right. Roll your dice, folks, and I'll roll mine after because I'm locked in as well.
Before everybody does, if anybody wants it, I do. We do have 1 bonus free wager for a prowess roll
we do.
from our thing, but it's only 1 and done.
Yeah, one of the 2 who are rolling prowess should take that.
Can I have it? You already have 8 wagers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Sure, I'll take that.
I'm gonna put this bonus one right next to you. That's a bonus that shouldn't, so that wager's used. All right.
I'm gonna use lucky to re-roll that 1
Okay.
there. So instead of 16, I have 18.
18. All right. Shun rolls his 5.
Very glad I used lucky there.
Goons are... Now that you've rolled, I'm going to tell you that... Rawr! These guys get rushed, and both sides will take injuries. So 2 of these people got cut down or badly hurt or injured. But they did basically rush and batter some of their fellow Yomabushi, some of the goons. You guys rush in. Knocking these 5 down to 2, but they cut down these 3. These 3 rush down these 5. Get cut down. Using these guys to 2. So there is, in fact, only 4 goons left by the 2 sides going at each other.
Cool.
So I roll for 4 goons. Oh, I rolled too many for Shun. I apologize. Because he doesn't roll. He
rolled 3.
Yeah, so 4, 1, 4. So he actually got 9. Sorry, 9 for Shun.
Oh, he's too poor.
And then all the goons. I do that 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, one of them didn't get above 10.
Yep, so at least one of them isn't striking. So highest roll was Masaru. You're the first to strike
Okay.
into mass combat.
All right, so I kill the 3 who have a strike.
Strike. As you wade into them and kill them off, so these 2 wagers don't matter because it doesn't. They're all dead. Next is Takahashi.
The monk shows those bloody foreigners a thing or two move.
Well, I imagine myself and Shun clash, steel against steel. I like to press myself very close to him so we're very face to face as he's shouting obscenities into my face.
Cut off his top knot.
And then I shall headbutt him.
You're not killing him?
No,
You're
we
just
said
injuring him?
no. We're injuring him, yes.
Cut off his top knot. That's a big humiliation.
Donk. You do one level of injury. He will not use his bodyguard for that. Next in the first round, I believe, is Yako.
Yes. So I get 4 wagers.
Yep. So in mass combat, you can decide who you're attacking. You can either wipe out the last of the goon who doesn't have a strike, or you can do some sort of injury or tag to Shun.
I will apply a tag to him. He is dazzled.
His level 1 injury turns to a level 2 because essentially has a dazzle. He's now bruised and dazzled.
And is that it
That's
on
it.
the wagers?
Your wagers give you more rounds to go.
All right. I forgot.
Yeah, because you're going to act round 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I was
Gotcha.
going to have like more. It's going to keep striking even after everyone's done. Shun is going to strike at Takahashi to try to kill you.
Okay.
Yeah, imagine you're letting your bodyguard jump in the way.
Of that one, yeah, how much damage will he do to me?
It's lethal.
Lethal.
Lethal. Okay, then yes, bodyguard.
So your bodyguard, what's your Geary?
I won.
1. So you don't take a full cut, but you do take a level 5 injury because it only reduces it by your Geary level. And a kill is basically 6. Because at 6 dice, you basically can't do anything, so you're essentially dead. That doesn't take you out of the fight because for you not to be fighting anymore, you need to be dead. That's why mass murder is so dangerous that way. It's for samurai to be fighting each other. A level 6 injury, a level 5 injury, sorry.
Leave me out of commission for like what, 5 weeks, 5 months? Sweet Jesus, had I known, I would have struck for lethal too. Jeez.
Yeah, so I was surprised you're just bapping him on that. You're just giving him a love tap on the forehead. I'm like, okay. But that said, he basically cuts into your leg, and you basically drop with a severe injury to your leg, and you're basically sword fighting him from down on one knee as you're bleeding on the ground because your bodyguard basically gets in the fight and deflects the blade just in the right nick of time. He cuts your bodyguard, and you're able to kind of back off a little bit before he gets another killing blow into you.
Jesus wept. All right.
It heals at the rank of 1 rank per year.
Per year.
Y'all.
Good grief.
Well, I'll be
Ouch.
hobbling for a while, I guess.
Yeah. Or you could always retire and have his son take over or something.
Jeez Louise.
Anyway,
Any way we could roll this back and say I fucking killed this guy?
you can. His bodyguard jumps in the way,
Okay.
but he gets badly cut in the knee. We can do that. He gets badly,
Yeah.
but the thing is, this doesn't stop him from cutting you.
That's fine.
Okay. So you're at least dropping his bodyguard protection because his bodyguard has to jump in the way. His injury, actually, because he has Geary of 2, isn't nearly as bad as yours. But you do basically slice out one of his eyes.
There we go. Okay,
And
fine.
he's screaming, and that's probably why your bodyguard gets in the way and saves you, and why he only manages to cut you in the knee. So you're both like badly. You're lying on the ground, barely able to defend yourself, and he's one-eyed and trying to go after you and murder you. But unfortunately for him, it goes to the top. We ask who has wagers left. Everyone does. Masaru, who are you striking?
Well, certainly not the guy who doesn't have a strike. And our plan is not to kill this guy.
Well, it was until he started striking for lethal, I guess. Oh, Jesus, I don't know. We still
Well,
can.
you can't not strike for lethal with a katana if I'm reading the rules correctly. I mean, except like in a duel. I think in a duel you can say, whatever.
I've allowed it just for flavor sake.
Okay.
But
Well,
this guy is
I-
trying to kill you because you dishonored him and made him look bad. You're just some dirty, smelly guy who made him look bad. He wants to kill you.
And I can't use my wagers for anything other than like extra strikes. I couldn't strike and use the wagers to like knock his sword away or whatever.
No, because it's too chaotic. It's a bloodbath going on. We basically are condensing a huge spree of sword swings and sword fighting all at once. If it was just a strike, just one-on-one, it'd be different.
Right. Well, can I choose to incapacitate him?
You basically choose to do one. You do enough to basically. You can do 1 point of injury, which puts him up to 5. He's not down yet. And then if someone
But then
hits him,
I'll have some, yeah, so I can finish him off.
It would. Actually, it would go to
Yako?
Yako. Yako would be the one who would knock him out, if that's what you're planning on doing. You wouldn't be able to knock him out yourself. You'd have to tap him for an injury if you're not killing him.
Okay. Because what my bit was, we get him to write his own confession after he's been absolutely humiliated.
Well, yeah, knock him out then. Non-lethal.
But I'm just as happy to kill the guy.
It's up to you. It's your turn. You can either kill him or injure him. What Yako does is up to Yako.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. This is Masaru. If we kill this guy, that's probably, I mean, nobody's going to take a peasant's word. The magistrate's not going to take a peasant's word over about what happened over, a dead Yojimbo. So, yeah. I think I will. Yeah, I'll give him a 1 point injury. Bring him up to 5.
Oh.
Or what?
You don't have to do anything. I forgot something.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Takahashi.
Yes.
I realize, and I'm going to give you a new roll on the back of this, because we are trying to roll something back, but it's huge. And the reason it's huge, because it just dawned on me, the sequence of events was, you hit him before you and Yako hit him before he hit you at all.
Yes.
Which means he'd have 5 plus 1. He'd be at 6.
Right.
He'd be down anyway.
Ah.
Now, I'm going to give you a prowess roll. As long as you hit 10, I'll let you do that. Because you're basically turning a fight from you're either avoiding a serious injury or you're winning.
Either
it's
avoiding a
huge with your
serious
advantage.
injury or winning.
Yeah.
So it's either or.
Yeah. So I will ask you for a prowess roll to see if Takahashi saw the wisdom in just striking this guy before it got to that point. Like, you knew he was going to kill you, and you're like, I don't want to tap him on the head. I'm gonna hit him to knock him out.
Okay, sure.
Oh wait, no.
Same dice pool or no?
Oh, it's You're swinging as if to kill him, because you know his bodyguard's going to jump in the way.
Yeah.
So you're swinging for lethal because you're trying not to kill him, and you're betting on it. So yeah, it's still prowess. It's a new prowess roll for you.
Okay, same dice pool. Because
Yeah,
lowered
I'll do the
because
same
of his
dice roll.
thing.
Yep. Just get 10 or more.
Same wagers.
You
Does it
can
matter
do those
here?
same wagers if you want, because you could get glory out of this.
Yeah, I'll roll 3 wagers. I'm 66. I should, in theory, hit 10.
If you roll all ones, I'll be very
There's
sorry.
a theory, yeah.
All right. So.
Nice.
Ooh, that was messy, as murder is. So you are able to knock him out. There is one guy left, but I imagine you guys are gonna see him.
Him we can cut down, yeah.
You're gonna cut down
So
the
wait.
last bad guy.
What exactly happened?
So
Aside from you saving my sorry ass.
So, to sum up, and this is also for everyone watching because I was a little chaotic there for a second. Sorry about that. So these guys go in. They look like they're about to kill Takahashi. Shun's ready to go. He's ready to kill him. Takahashi goads him into thinking he has all the confidence in the world. He can just yell at you and call you names, and he's ready to murder you and everything. Masaru comes out of the shadows, kills 3 of them. 3 of them? Prowess 3?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Kills 3 of them.
Yeah.
That's when all hell breaks loose as the young guys rush, screaming, swinging rakes and cudgels and bowling over people, bashing their faces into the ground, sword swinging, people dying left and right. In the chaos of all that, Shun's completely dazzled. He does not. He basically gets ready to draw to fight Takahashi, not realizing that there's someone throwing flash bombs into the mix. So he gets the order of it was Masaru killed more people who were gonna try to kill Takahashi. Like they were like gonna help charge Takahashi and kill him. Masaru just killed 3 guys and then kept going, killed 3 more. The last guy just kind of standing there, completely unaware what's going on as all his friends are dead. Yeiko throws a flash bomb at Shun. He's dazzled. Takahashi swings to kill Shun. Shun's bodyguard jumps in the way, lessening the blow, but Shun still gets his eye cut out. So he's swinging wildly. But that's 5. That's still 4 plus 1. That's 5. And at the top, that's when Masaru is able to, in the new round, is able to step in and just baff the guy over the back of the head to knock him out.
So I take the wound?
You don't, because he didn't get the active. He didn't get to. Oh
I
shoot!
will not
He didn't
look
get
at
chance.
Right, because you would have hit him. You would have been doing 6. It was reduced to 4. Yeiko does 5. Oh yeah, he still does hit you at the end of it because he's at 5 because he has Giri of 2. So you do get injured. I'm wrong. Sorry, I got all excited. I thought
I was about to say I will not look a gift horse in the mouth, but it turns out I am looking a gift horse in the mouth. My own mouth is too damn big for my own good sometimes.
But Masaru's able to step in and knock the guy out.
That's okay. In the spirit of being fair, I'll take those ones.
So Takahashi is nearly killed, but you guys were able to overcome the massive numbers. I am going to give you guys 1 honor because you guys overcame great odds. Kozumi Shun has been captured. Takahashi is badly hurt. There are a lot of dead bodies around. The village is quaking in fear. But it is safe to say that the future oppression by Kozumi Shun against this town has been thwarted. Because basically he killed his entire gang and captured him. So he's not doing too well right now.
Masaru is going to have, once he wakes up, offer him the chance to write out if he writes out a full confession. I'm going to make his thug write out a full confession, but I'll give Shun the opportunity to write out a full confession, and then if he does so, I will be his second in seppuku if he wants to regain his honor.
Give me a beauty roll. No opposed. You just have to word it in a way that's helpful to him, makes him understand.
Oh, good. Beauty. Let's see. I got weakness W, so that's W dice. Giri? Maybe? Hello?
Sorry, my brain was in another place. That's my bad. Giri, yes.
Plan virtue. Well, I'm not really trying to find out anything, but I think I'm arguing that it's wise to give this guy this opportunity. If not the clan virtue, then the 3 wisdom's name.
The 3 wisdoms, yeah.
Okay, which is what, 2 or 3? 2? 2.
And I walk back once again. I looked up injuries. If you get once you get a rank 5 injury, you drop. You don't get to fight anymore.
Let's just
But
remember
well-
that for next time.
Well, then I drop. I didn't fight him anymore. The others did.
No, you beat him. You had
Yeah.
the higher roll. So you're not
So he
injured.
did.
Oh,
Oh, for crying out
So he's
loud!
not
So
injured.
am I looking a
Awesome.
gift horse in the mouth or not?
You're fine.
Am I-
The minute
Is
you
my
did
leg cut up or not? Thank
all-
you, God.
all he did. No, sorry. He would have. You got him down to 4, and it's like, aha! I still have just enough room to kill you. And then Yako flash bombed him, and then he dropped.
God, what an emotional roller coaster you put me through.
I know.
Sorry, Masaru. I was just looking up injuries, kind of like I was looking up how long it takes for Takahashi to heal while you were doing your dice, and I was like, I saw that line. I was like, oh crap, he's fine. Sorry.
Mother of
yay.
God. Yoo-hoo.
Okay, so I think I could argue devious for this role
Yeah.
because if he kills himself, he's not going to be reporting on what we looked like to anybody who might figure out who we were. None of us is as great as all of us. This is still working towards Takahashi's goal.
Yeah.
Okay, that puts me at 8.
Any
So I'm
wagers?
gonna do 5 and 3. Okay.
I need to write a poem about how the GM is, putting me through an emotional roller coaster.
That right.
Old Japan
So-
is a tragic and chaotic place, after all. That's my excuse.
Yeah.
So you have privilege.
Yeah. So he agrees to write the confession in exchange for being allowed to commit seppuku, because it's a lot better and more honorable of a death than what would happen if he went through the criminal justice system, and it's better for his family.
Yeah.
So, and then I have a little bit of privilege. This role was just to convince this guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're trying to
Alright.
to understand the offer you were giving him.
Okay. Can I do one to say that he writes a very convincing confession, full of details
Certainly.
and whatnot?
Certainly.
Okay. And then I think that's really as far as I can go with what's on this roll, unless anybody has a suggestion. If not, I'm just going to take 2 glory.
No,
Sure.
that's fine. I have something to do with the town, but that's later. That's unrelated to your role.
Okay. So I'm going to take a glory.
I will note that the war score will tick up only 1 because he died by your actions, but you didn't murder him. Otherwise, it would have gone up by 2 because of his Giri. It just goes up by
Right.
1 because you basically made one of the Isugi. You helped engineer his death initially, but it's only 1. If he was like a higher Giri, if this imagine like a general of Oda Nobunaga with like Giri 6 or whatever, it's like no, it's just 1.
That guy we just wouldn't be able to kill. Initially. He'd kill us.
But no honor loss for you because you fought him honorably. You gave him an honor, and actually, I'm gonna give you another honor because you gave this guy an honorable way out. The Kazumi clan
Okay.
will be spared from a lot because of what you did. And you didn't necessarily have to do that. A much meaner samurai would have paraded him all the way to the castle to shame him and his family. You spared them that.
I'd like to speak to the village chief one more time, if I could,
You could.
about several things. Regarding payment, we don't need it, but what the local leader could perhaps provide us is maps made by locals of this area and perhaps some other areas of Echigo, so we can navigate our way around.
He
be
would not be
great
able to
too.
tell you any of that.
He would not be able to tell me any of that.
He wouldn't know. He's just some villager.
Oh, the chief.
He's a
Chief of
village
village.
elder, yeah.
He's a village elder. He knows if he goes up the road, he'll get to the city. If he goes down the road, he'll go. If he goes up the road, he goes to Dewa. If he goes down the road, he gets to the city. The castle's over down the river somewhere. Like they don't. These are villagers. They don't have big old scrolls of maps lying around. Not in a tiny fishing village.
Well, in that case, go ahead.
What about if he knows like where in the province, like where's the great blacksmith? Where's what all these, where's where's the temple? We know that somebody had a blessing. So does he know where these like holdings of his lord are located?
Beauty roll now.
Can I take that one?
Yeah, I was just suggesting to you.
And I'll tell you that you get one free wager because he does like you guys. So you did save his village, so you get a free wager no matter what you do. Well, you have to get at least 10, but
Clan Virtue of Wisdom?
Yep. You're trying to learn the truth of the thing.
Clan name? 3 wisdoms?
Yep.
My name? To clear or to help or assist?
Yep.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4. No aspects. Actually, none of us is as great as all of us.
Yep.
+7. No glory here, I think. So, I think that's 3 + 7. That's 10. I'll wager 2.
Okay. Whoops.
36.
You rolled d10s. Try again.
Oh dear. Same goddamn mistake. Close enough.
There you go. So he will tell you. So I imagine you want him to tell you about the holdings.
Yes.
So let me tell you what those are first before you spend your other stuff. I did write those down ahead of time. They have. I will admit, I did not think this was going to be what was happening today. I did not think you were going to start something with this dude, or he was going to be a thief, a robber baron.
It seemed like a good story to get us out of what was potentially a really bad fix.
Yeah, I agree.
Dojo is dojo here.
Don't have to rest this character for 5 goddamn years.
Yeah. There's a reason I was keen on taking the heals quickly thing.
Yeah, that would be just like what, 5 weeks?
I think it's like days. Like you heal a level a day. So yeah, I could recover from a level 5 injury in a week.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That is a great ability for a Yojimbo. Like being able to take others' injuries and then just healing up.
I'm surprised you didn't.
I wanted the sword.
That's true. That sword has saved your neck.
I like the
Literally.
fluff more than the power gaming. Maybe a sword is a power gaming in its own way, but I like the sword.
Where's the other shrine? I keep doing that. Actually, just sumo, because you know what I'm talking about. Actually, sumo school's better to be in the city. No, they have their own guy, so he can be here. Sumo school will be at the castle. And so you learn there's a Shinto shrine in the marshlands near the city, a garrison within the city. There is a dojo in the village nearest the castle. In the castle, there is a sumo school. And then along the river here, there is a Buddhist shrine.
Cool.
Nice. That's good intelligence.
Very good intel.
You do with your 3 wagers.
2 for glory. Just let me update. That brings my glory to a staggering 10.
Which means you can increase an existing reputation or create a new one.
Okay. With the one... Any suggestions, guys?
This was a roll to find out where all the locations of these things were.
The holdings,
Yeah.
yeah, because
No.
the village elder would know about the holdings because they're well known to him. They're landmarks for him to know.
For him to know.
Could you bring us to the political map of Japan real quick?
It's in the Discord.
Oh, right, my bad. Sorry, I thought it was here. Let's see. So that's here.
Maybe he knows the names of the other architects of the province, of the house.
Would he know the names of the other architects?
I don't know. That you've got a wager.
Well, GM, would he know the names of the others?
For a wager, sure.
For a wager, he would. All right.
You could do that. You could also find out, like, well, I'm just throwing suggestions out. You could also find out if you're interested the rank of one of these places, or if you wanted to, like if it's a garrison 2 or something.
I'm guessing that there might be 2, considering their Giris were 2 as well, right? Somewhere along those lines, maybe. Garrison is probably the most important one for our purpose. Yeah, GM, actually, tell me that. What rank is the garrison?
Garrison 3.
Whee!
Yeah, this is why we don't want to go with war with these guys. This is also why Takeda Shingen's going to have such a problem with these guys
Whee!
for decades.
Okay, well, that's all. Before we leave, I'd just like to tell the Elder, if the 3 of us should one day return, please look forward to our coming as friends.
Of course.
Give a deep bow, and, one last meet and greet of the villagers. Bye, guys. Hope you had fun. By the way, you can turn these guys in at the constabulary for a nice little bounty, get your lives back on track, etc., etc.
And I will say, because Kazumi Shun committed seppuku, that means the village isn't on the hook for his death. So
Right.
that means that doesn't force Kenshin to take retaliation. If he was a cruel daimyo, he might retaliate just out of spite. A dangerous daimyo won't do that. He doesn't have to just murder his citizens. That's not useful to him.
Yeah, but
especially when it's one of his own Yojimbo who basically screwed up and dishonored himself as a robber baron. So it's like, no, I'm willing to pay you your money and thank you for your service.
Like, take these goons, though, the bodies of the goons, and take them over to the constabulary and pick up the reward, while they're here.
I'm going to throw you guys another honor because you have greatly... You guys said they might get a few coin here or there. Any coin is still a lot of money.
Yeah.
1 or 2 villagers are going to get really rich suddenly. But, rich for villagers anyway. And a lot of people are going to have a much better time. The winter, even if they have a bad haul this autumn, they're going to have a pretty good winter.
Considering they lost some young men.
And, they lost some lives in this fight.
Yeah, fewer mouths to feed. It works out.
Yeah. Which for them, they feel like they got to participate in their own defense fighting. As far as they were concerned, they were fighting ne'er-do-wells. They were fighting dishonorable thugs. The fact that the samurai took his own life is one of those
That's some of that weird samurai shit. Whatever.
Yeah. Like, oh, so we're not in trouble? No. You sure? Yes. Good.
And last but not least, I'll kneel in front, once we're out of town, once we start traveling, kneel in front of Lady Eiko, and in case it wasn't already clear, you saved me from a potential death, and for that I am extremely grateful. My sword is yours now and forever, and wherever and whenever you need me. I pledge myself to you and to my daimyo. To my daimyo first, obviously, but you shall have my sword whenever you wish it.
I'm sure you would have done the same for me.
Speak not of such folly. Just call upon me when you need me.
In the background, Massaro just kind of throws up his arms to the gods, and you know,
Hey, you cut down a lot of them, yes, but she saved me from a direct injury.
The various pilgrims who are traveling with you start leaving the town with you, as you don't need to stick around anymore.
I say we put it back to Dewa at this point.
Oh yes, very much so.
So you guys are gonna withdraw back to Dewa?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. A smart lord would have figured out that we're not ordinary travelers by
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So some other samurai is gonna want to talk to these 3 brave heroes.
Right.
Let's send, I don't know, 3 garrison worth of people to see who the hell did that. Don't worry, we just want to ask them some questions.
Right.
In a dark room. I will ask you guys for one last cunning to see if you're able to sneak your way back to Dewa.
Could we let Diego handle this one?
We can do it cooperatively, I think.
Yeah.
I'll craft us some. Well, I'll make your guys' uniforms better. My smelly Renan uniform is already perfect as far as I'm concerned.
It's the uniform that makes itself.
Giddy applies?
Yes.
Alright, so that's
3 wisdoms.
Yep.
3 wisdoms, alright.
Yes.
Does my reputation of shrewd apply?
Yep.
Okay, that gives me 5 extra dice. None of us is as great as all of us?
Yep.
Can you invoke more than one aspect at a time?
No.
Okay. So that is a total of 8 bonus dice, bring me to a total dice pool of 12.
And I'm at 13.
Any wagers, folks? Oh, Ryusuke as well. You might want to figure out your dice pool.
Yeah, let me figure out my dice pool. Giri, if I'm protecting my.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. On virtue, no. Clan name. 3 swords, 3
Yep.
wisdoms,
Yep.
3 healths. Yep. Okay, that's a +2, +3.
Oh shoot, I miscounted. I also
My
have
name.
my bad.
Yes.
My name to help or assist. Yes. Okay. Plus another 1, so that's +4. Even a thief must learn his trade for making their costumes better.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So that's another +3. 3, 4, 7. 7 plus my cunning is 2. That's a 9.
What are you guys wagering?
I'll wager 3.
Eika, what are you wagering?
Is this opposed or unopposed?
It's unopposed.
I'll wager 6, roll 6.
And I'm wagering 7 and rolling 6.
Jesus, where'd you get 7 from? Madman.
Well, almost didn't make it.
I thought you were 12.
You wagered
13.
Oh, okay.
The highest roll is Yeko, so half wagers for both Masaru and Takahashi. Yeko, I imagine the privilege is you guys sneak through without drawing.
Yes.
You're able to sneak through the Dewa checkpoint.
Yeah. Definitely that's the privilege. The other the other thing we can do is I'll take the opportunity to spread to the spread some disinformation to the guards to throw them off the trail of Dewa for the excitement in the village over there and the death of the uh, samurai.
-1 a war score, as you have hidden your involvement.
Um,
The war score was, just so you know, I think it was 3.
It was
so it
2.
goes down to 2.
nice.
It always starts at 1 when someone knows you exist.
Yeah.
They go, hey, someone to fight.
Yeah. With another point, I will say we make very good time on the way back to Dewa as the weather is perfect for travel. A third point would be the pilgrims traveling with us draw more attention than we do. In that, like, if ever any suspicion was cast on anyone in our party, it'd be on other people. We blend in so perfectly.
Okay, brings war score down to 1.
Nice. So that is 3 of the 6 I wagered, so I need to think of at least one more thing so I just don't waste the wager. Let's say we notice a hole in their defenses on our way through. Like maybe some of their...
Right in your notes, you have a free wager for war with Echigo province.
Okay.
Maybe a free die, but just write free wager for now, because that'll stay until I do something about it.
Yeah. And with the last 2 points, I'm going to convert to glory.
Okay. Next up, I believe, would be Ryosuke. What are you spending your wager on?
These guys that just saw us, those, when they saw me entering. Oh yeah, there was that one samurai. Really? Was there? Can't remember.
They're just forgetful. They didn't even know you were there. Yep.
Yeah.
And Asara.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to take the war score down to 0. So they think you guys are of no threat. You guys never came here for some reason. You guys are up to something, but for some reason you guys just never came. We don't get what's going on. How strange is that?
Go team.
All this mess was just Kozumi pissing off some Ronin.
Yeah.
And some pilgrims, which those pilgrims are going to get questioned thoroughly. Yeah, these strangers who came from somewhere. Where? I don't know. Somewhere. I think they're from Dewa, Matsu. I don't know.
Rumor actually has it, with my wager, that they were what's Takeda's province?
He has several, but I believe it's Kai.
Kai?
This is the home one. Kai's
What?
the home one. Kai.
Kai.
Oh, they all came from Kai province.
Yeah, let's just drop that in there. Let's just feed that historical fire a little bit. And then I'll take the remainder as a point of glory.
So, 3 of you return. Oops, I didn't mean to go that far back. Come here. No, come back. Full token layer, just not the top one. So, No. Stop. I want the daimyo. Stop. Up. Up there. Thank you. The question becomes, when the three of you return to Dewa in record time, what are your plans for the rest of autumn?
Oh, okay.
Well, Masaru has one more thing he needs to do in our list of stuff to do after the season, and that's to create supply caches on the route leading to the secret passage into Mutsu for the coming campaign. So I was going to get together with Kuragane and some of his most trusted people and my trusted people, and go ahead and set up those caches and try to do it secretly.
That's what you're up to.
Yeah.
What are you up to, Eiko? You helping him, or are you doing something else with your spare time in autumn?
I think I will help him since I've taken care of my goal, which was to scout the province to the east.
What about you,
So-
Takahashi?
Well, this is like the last bit before we swap over to winter, right?
Mm-hmm. As war is coming.
I'd like to go back to the temple, reflect on my physical being and my spiritual being, and maybe spend like a little sabbatical there. Training with the monks in whatever way I can, fasting, and trying to connect, if I can, spiritually to a higher level, because near brush with death makes a man ponder,
As it feels like your whole, as if you felt your knee get sliced out from under you. You were sure you were dead another time. You were sure that you were hurt. It's like, no, you're actually fine. You're fine. Like, everyone had to tell you later. You're fine. You were untouched. Oh, you sure? You're walking with us, aren't you? Sort of thing. It's like, oh.
Yep.
Ugh.
Visions within my mind speak a different story. I must consult the Buddha.
Girl, that's called trauma.
Yeah. Give me a wisdom roll there, Takahashi, as you're looking inward. Let's see if we find a truth about Ryusuke Takahashi, or if
That's
we
a
find
weakness, god damn you.
You're the one going meditating.
Fine. I'll do it. Clan virtue.
Now you know how I feel when I try to talk to people.
Clan
Clan
virtue,
virtue. Clan virtue of wisdom, yes. Clan name of 3 wisdoms.
Yeah.
Okay. My name, to make something clear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait, let me count that. 1 + 2 is 3, + 1 is 4. Aspect. I don't think anything applies here. Warrior poet.
Mm-hmm.
5. Sure, I'll take 5. And I'll roll nothing. I'll wager nothing.
Okay. I wager 5. I roll nothing. So tell us, Ryusuke Takahashi, what did you learn in your sequestrament for the remainder of autumn in the Buddhist temple high in the mountains of Dewa?
That perhaps, even though I thought I nearly died, I'd nearly died because of my own hubris. As a famed swordsman, I thought that nothing could hurt me, but the harsh reality of war is that war can hurt you. And it will hurt you, especially a fight like that. Through this reflection, I feel like Yosuke would at least become more... He is still willing to give his life for the other architects and for his daimyo, of course. But he would be more cautious and perhaps less brash when it comes to him versus many. Because he is only one sword against 1,000,000 spears.
Mm-hmm. The terror of the Ashigaru. I don't need any one Ashigaru to be good. I just need there to be more than enough to stop you.
Yes, there are, legends of sword saints around there, possibly besting entire squads of Ashigaru by themselves, but I could probably do that, but the problem is, eventually there are too many spears and there's only one sword.
Question for you on the back of this. Have you spent your 10 glory yet?
No.
You may want to increase warrior pokes, that is what helped you get here. Or you can, on the back of this, create a reputation from this reflection. Be a rank 1 rep. You want to have something other than warrior poet.
Yeah, okay. I'll think about it, okay?
So the next step is to check in on Kenzi Masaru and Yeiko as you're consulting with Kuragane Koji at the Shinto Shrine in the mountains near the pass, along with Mizuno Hiroshi, the Sword Saint, guardian of the Unyoshi. I believe you're setting up secret plans and caches along the route to in the pass.
Yeah, because we're going to be moving forces up and through that secret passageway in the winter. So want to be sure that their supplies and everything already there.
I believe cunning is in order.
Okay. Then there's going to be, I think my name will fit and my Giri. Devious or strategist?
Strategist, definitely.
Okay. None of us is as great as all of us because I'm trying to accomplish my lord's goal, my brother's goal. Because this is all about going to war how he wants. Okay, hold on. Something's going weird with my browser. Okay, it seems to be over it now. Let me get back into Roll20. Sorry about that.
$50 fine.
So, whoa. Just take it out of what you owe us from the delay with your computer issues at the beginning of the session. How's about that?
There's no video evidence of that.
I think you just kind of admitted it on video. Okay. Where's my character sheet?
Where you left it.
No, actually, it's not because I logged out of Roll20. Okay, devious. This is great of us. So looks like I am at a 10. So 5 and 5, I believe.
Yeiko, you cooperating?
Sure. Sorry, just thinking. Whoops. There we go. Where is my character sheet? There it is. Do you play?
Yep.
Alright. And reputation of shrewd?
Yeah.
Clan name apply?
Mm-hmm.
3, 4. None of us is as great as all of us?
Yep.
3. And then plus 13.
Oh, did clan name apply?
It does, yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually at 12. So I'll add another to each pool.
How many do I want to wager on this? I'll roll 7, wager 6, just because an even number of wagers is easier to deal with.
It's true.
6. 76.
Ah, nice.
So, Yeiko, you have privilege. I presume you wish to have the caches be set up where you are hoping to set them up. Where Masaru was hoping to set them up, I should say.
Yeah. I will also use one of the wagers to say that We hide our activities well, so enemy spies do not get wind of the fact that we're mobilizing.
Mm-hmm.
The caches are hidden and sheltered well so that the gear will be in good condition come the winter time.
Okay.
That would be my second one. Third one, I will say, included with the caches, we include emergency winter gear in case the weather turns against us on the march.
Okay.
And then the fourth one would be we're also able to set up small shelters along the path so that and keep them hidden so that if a storm rolls up, it's easier to take shelter, and also so that our spies can make the trip across the pass a bit more easily.
Okay.
And then with the remaining two, I think I'll convert to glory.
Kenzo Masaru?
So what was your last thing about making the passes easier?
We have hidden shelters along the way so that if any of my spies are using the pass, they can make the pass. They can traverse the pass with greater ease.
Okay.
That way,
Yeah.
I can get intelligence out of Date at all seasons.
Nice. Okay, so I will spend my first one on that not only do enemy spies not know that we've done this, our own people don't know we've done this. We managed to do this in secret.
Okay. An absolute secrecy, essentially.
Yep. And in doing so, we have placed all of these on a route that will be passable in winter. As we're doing this and putting these caches in place, we've also been scouting around, and we found a route that will definitely be passable in winter.
Very good.
For forces. And then finally,
Murder Yako.
No, I don't think that I can do that with a wager.
No.
Even if I wanted to. What else?
Apparently she's not samurai, so she's Yomabushi. So
Oh yeah, not even a bushi. I don't even know.
Just get the straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So rude. You know, one sword's as good of another or something. I was in there too somehow. Okay. Anyway,
Yes.
we're hiding caches. Can I say that Date forces have yet to discover the secret passage?
You could say that, yeah.
Yeah, it still remains undiscovered, unknown to anyone but us. Okay. That's it for me.
And with that, autumn comes to a close. As a lot was learned of the Echigo province. The specific plans of Isugi Kenjin are not terribly clear to you, but he is down a Yojimbo. Much to his annoyance, he doesn't know precisely who did it. He thinks maybe Takeda, maybe it's some gang, who knows. But that eternal battle will continue on. You've learned how great a rival Isugi Kenjin is, and the byproducts of his glorious campaigns to unite his region and spread his influence. While also having just enough spare time to reflect and prepare for the war in winter to come. all in all, not a bad bit of autumn, I must say. Not a bad bit of autumn indeed. So, all that's left to say is, esteemed guests, beloved patrons, and wandering tourists all, it seems we've reached the end of our story for tonight. Just as the sun sets and the snow falls, so too must every tale find its pause, even if the journey isn't quite finished. But fear not, for the path ahead is still long, and our samurai heroes have much more to face, whether it be steel, frost, or fate itself. I hope you've enjoyed this small slice of our tale, and that you'll return once more to see what becomes of these brave souls in the frozen north. Will their blades cut through destiny, or will they be buried beneath the weight of duty? Only time will tell. But for now, let us rest, just as every samurai must at the end of a long day. Until we meet again, may your heart be warm, your spirit strong, and your tea hot. Thank you for joining me, and remember, no story is ever truly over until it is forgotten. So let's keep these tales alive together. Night, and see you next time. Bye. Nearly had 3 deaths today.
I nearly had 1. I don't think the other 2 would have died.
I don't know. At least they didn't run away from this one.